Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, bread like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he's sent for me. I keep the blood of the lamb as my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically. Most of the tricks they be gimmicks, they mimic the truth. It's poison and we got the remedy. There is a bomb, apply it. The fire can stand to the tallest of giants, the tyrant. Ayy, I got the recipe, never gonna let any op get the best of me. Thought it was distance, but haters is next to me. Talk to the spirit, you know I've been heavenly. Company definitely show your trajectory. This ain't a diss cause I say it respectfully. It's time to eat up, bread like a speeder. Taking it deeper and that's how it better be. I never let the comparison get to me. I just remember the promises meant for me. I know the enemy and that he's sent for me. I keep the blood of the lamb as my centerpiece. I cannot trust in no crystals or energy. Look at the chemistry, it do not even mix chemically.
Hey, 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 hey. Let me get in my comments real quick. Let me see. I'm just waiting for folks to get in here. Hey, whoever's out there. Happy Friday. We done made it. Praise God. Woo. Lord Jesus. It's been a week. It has been a week. Hey, everybody. Hey, folks. Don't forget to like this video and also get in the comments so I know who I'm talking to. So I'm chatting with. It has been a week, y'all. Hopefully your week has gone well. Hopefully it's gone well. But we're about to get into some mess. We're about to get into it. Hopefully I don't have too much of an unpopular opinion. I think we all are at the place where we like, yeah, whatever the hell she say he did it. But I have some additional thoughts. So let's get into it. Who is out there? I don't know. I see. I'm gonna wait till some folks get into the comments, into the chat, so I know who's there. While I pull up this mess, baby. 35 pages. Has a trigger warning on the front page, y'all. And also just the trigger warning for everybody who's getting into the chat or who's watching. Trigger warning, we will be talking about matters of SA, of, grape, G, drop the G, SA, ABUSC, things like that. We're going to be talking about that. So if that's a sensitive topic, maybe tonight's Foolishness on the Internet is not for you. Okay. Check back in at another time when we're talking about something else. But we're definitely going to be talking about DV and all the things that have been alleged. Just so you know, alleged. Hey, Julian. Hey. I was like, he better come on here. Where you at? That's my friend. Hey, friend. We about to get into it. Oh my goodness. You and I, we see each other. Okay. Whatever they say. Yes. And see, that's what I really want to get into tonight. Yes, of course. I knew you were coming. Of course. Hey, Lynette. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. That's all right. Catch the replay, girly. Don't work too hard, child. It's Friday. Okay, you're at work for another hour, but you're free. Good. Don't work too hard. Y'all don't work too hard. All right, I'm with you. It is, let me just put this back up, Julian. Come on, Me Too movement for the hip hop community. Because that's really, I feel like I'm about to wear some folks out. I know we're going to be talking about Puff Daddy, but I also want to get into a lot of the things, Russell Simmons, all of the creeps that have been able to infiltrate and do the things that they've been able to do. Okay, so let's get into some of the court documents, and then just to establish the conversation. Again, trigger warning for anybody who, you know, may be sensitive. Obviously, sensitive subjects. We're going to be talking about ABUSC, SA, grape, drop the G. We're going to be talking about all those things. Baby Julian, you are already, yes. It's two. Let me just say this. There are two people that are, I mean, complete vile to me, like vile individuals that I wouldn't trust them with my dog. Is this one here, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and Jay-Z. I would not. I feel no. And I feel like it's gonna be I might ruffle some feathers on my opinion about Jay-Z, but yeah, no, ain't no good. Again, trigger warning for anybody. If SA topics of SA, great, drop the G. That's not okay. If you're not okay with that, or if that's not your time, please log off, right? And catch me for something else when I do a TV review or something like that. Okay, so let's get into the court documents. I'm not about to read all 35 pages, but I do want to like set up the story. Hey Giggles, I do want to set up the story for everybody so we know what we're talking about, and then you guys tell me in the comments what you've been hearing, because I feel like there's been an overflow of information of I remember the time when this and I remember the time when that happened. So please let me know what y'all have heard as well in the comments so we can talk about that as well. All right, so I'm opening the court document. It's 35 pages. Read all 35 pages. I had to stop a certain point last night though. Ooh, read all 35 pages. I'm gonna do what I can. Who y'all? All right, so plaintiff Casandra Ventura hereby alleges as and for her complaint against defendant Sean Combs of Bad Boy Entertainment, etc. I'm going to start off with the preliminary statement. Defendant Sean Combs is a rapper and record executive popularly known by stage name Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, or Diddy. Mr. Combs came to fame in the early 1990s with his record label Bad Boys. He rose to prominence in the music and entertainment industry over the decade and is regularly referred to as a hip-hop mogul, right? And a pervert, allegedly. Okay. So in 2022, Mr. Combs received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. And I remember watching that and being like, what the hell did he do? What did he achieve except for stealing people's money? Allegedly. Okay. So in 2022, he received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the BET Awards. And during his acceptance speech, Mr. Combs stated, I have to give a special shout out. Thank you. Love to the people that was really there for me. He named a number of people and before adding, and also Cassie for holding me down in the dark times, love, right? Okay, so the truth, however, is that Cassie, Miss Casandra Ventura, was held down by Mr. Combs and endured over a decade of his violent behavior and disturbed demands, okay? So for Miss Ventura, the dark times were those she spent trapped by Mr. Combs, in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking. Okay, y'all, I don't want to say nothing crazy on here. Among other violent and unlawful acts. Mr. Combs, 1, raped Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him. Often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Miss Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Allegedly blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically invested in Miss Ventura. Ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive, who I later learned allegedly that it was Suge Knight. Allegedly demanded that Miss Ventura carry his bang bang in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduced Miss Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse, and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. Okay, so I'm gonna get to highlight some of these things. So did y'all know that Puffy started talking to Cassie when she was 19 and he was 37. 37, y'all, pushing 40, and he talking to this 19-year-old girl. This is what gets me. This is what gets me. Like, I understand that sometimes, you might find love outside, that's unconventional. That person might be a little bit older, but nobody, like, it's normal for somebody at 19. Me and you came out when she was 19. So the girl didn't even have an opportunity to even, like, she didn't even have an opportunity to have a real career because he swooped right on in. And before I continue to get into this, y'all, do y'all remember, what do y'all think he's doing with Carisha, y'all? What do y'all think he's doing with Carisha? That's the first person I thought of. Him, her, and then J-Lo. So one, the whole situation with Carisha when he had that baby and Carisha was fighting in the comments with that girl. Oh, wait, I'm trying to think. Oh, Carisha had gotten quiet on him and it seemed like they broke up, right? Y'all remember that? And then the next thing you know, you see her at the Met Gala, and it almost seemed like her TV show, her podcast on Revolt TV that he owns, it almost felt like it stopped as well. Y'all, I believe, and this is all alleged, I believe he probably potentially threatened Carisha and told her that if she doesn't get back with him, because I feel like she might have tried to leave him. I feel like, and y'all get down in the comments and tell, hey, Nita, hey, girl, hey, y'all check out Nita the Diva. She's also a YouTuber as well. Check her out. Hey, Chris. Hey, y'all. Yeah, she caught a live. So I believe, y'all tell me if y'all think I'm off with that. I think, because there was a whole thing when Puffy had a baby. He just had a baby, like the baby probably a year now, maybe, not even. And it felt like him and Carisha like stopped talking, right? Then it seemed like Carisha had like fell off a little bit or something like that. And then the next thing you know, it felt like her podcast got quiet too. And then all of a sudden they pop up at the Met Gala together, right? And then her podcast start coming back again. Y'all, I feel like he probably doing the same thing to Carisha. Maybe not as dramatic or drastic, but I feel like he threatened Carisha, allegedly. Carisha is probably going through the same thing. Carisha thinks she can leave. Yes. And y'all, and no shade to Carisha, but y'all know she a little, sometimes very smart, but also a little sometimes, okay? All right, so let's get back into it. So she was 19 right after Me and You, okay? To me, getting waiting, think I'm gonna make a move. You know that song. Ooh, child. Okay, hold on, let me see. Chris, he definitely doing the same thing. He got to sapping away her. Yes, definitely doing the same thing to Carisha. Ain't no way, because I'm telling you, her podcast got quiet for a minute. I was like, well, damn, I ain't heard nothing about her podcast in a minute. It got quiet. And then the next thing you know, she pops up at the Met Gala. All the foolishness with the baby mamas and everything died down, right? She pops up with the Met Gala with him, and then her podcast comes back on again. I said, Carisha, girl, you better step carefully, mama. You got to step carefully. Okay, so in 2005, that's when they met. She was so damn young. He signed her to his label. So there's like this power dynamic. Obviously, there's an age dynamic. There's a power structure because she reports to him. Then obviously he's got all this money, right? He has all this money, baby. Oh my God. So, okay. Let me see what Christina says. I wonder if he did the same thing. Baby, listen, that's another person. Now, I feel like J-Lo not going to say nothing because, she happily married with, well, I don't know if it's happily married, allegedly. That ain't none of my business. I stay out of white folk business. But, well, unless it's not, scandalous. But, she probably not going to say nothing. But, baby, the way J-Lo and her and J-Lo stopped talking, she got her shit and got the fuck on, okay? She got her shit and got the fuck on. My bad, y'all. If y'all at work and y'all listening to me with no headphones on, I'll try not to curse no more. I'll try not to curse again. Okay, I said we need all the girls that we need all the girls to step forward. Did y'all see that? Damn it, what is her name? But see, the thing about her, oh, y'all know who I'm talking about. The girl, she's real talented, but she a firecracker. She a fireball. She say anything. I can't remember her name. Very talented. She posted something about something. I'm trying to remember. If people are stepping forward. Well, not necessarily about him specifically, but I need all the girls and all the boys too. All right. We not gonna sit all the girls. Oh, thank you, Nita. Yes, all the girls and all the boys too. Because I saw, damn, I didn't get a chance to load this video, y'all. I'm gonna try to load the video so we can watch it together. Justin Bieber, big. Aubrey all day, but Aubrey been talking. Aubrey has been talking. Nivea, Komora. Okay, so here's the thing about so Aubrey been talking. And no, Komora Lee hasn't stepped forward. She's been and I'm talking to Christina. She hasn't stepped forward yet, but she just been subbing. She just been subtweeting. Yep, and Dawn from Danity Kane. Now here's the thing, Usher. Oh, this the person y'all know Usher is not gonna come out and say anything because he literally just beat the the syphilis allegations, the herp allegations. Because remember, it was like a couple years ago. I think it was like in 2015, 2016, when everybody was saying that allegedly Usher was herped out, right? When he was herped out, and I mean, it was just so much going on around him. So he finally just escaped all of that scandal. And then Keke Palmer Mama got something to Keke Palmer Mama just kicked up dust all over again. Usher will not say not one word, but I truly believe that Puffy was in there doing some foolishness with Usher. I do. Because he just don't. These people weird, okay? Folks is weird, and Puffy been a demon, okay? And there ain't nothing worse than a demon, but a demon with money, y'all. Oh my God. Okay, so let me get back. Again, I'm not gonna read all 35 pages, but I'm gonna get through some of the parts where it was like, oh, we got to talk about this shit, y'all. And please feel free to get in the comments and tell me what y'all are hearing, okay? Usher lived with Diddy when he first started. See, that's the why in the almost cuss. Why are people leaving their children at a young, I don't care if they're 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 8. That is still a very young age, a very young and impressionable age to believing your child with some random person. And my problem with it, my real problem is that you somehow read all 35 pages, child. We might quiet as it's kept. It's a lot in this mother. It's a lot. We might. But I find, and y'all tell me if I'm tripping or not, but I feel like the richer people are, the more unhinged they are. Like, why would you? Ooh, baby, say it again. Yup. The weirdos, fucking weirdos. And because they got the money, the power, the fame, they got everything. So now they just out here doing whatever. They just doing whatever. Yes. Again, trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning. As we get into this, I want folks to know that. I really want folks to know that, because they're grabbing that fame and a paycheck. Baby, listen, it's oh Lord, y'all, please trigger warning, okay? Please trigger warning. If it's too much, hop off, message me later. We can chat, DM me. I love having conversations with folks. Please let me know. But oh my God. Okay. So in 2005, they met, and Miss Ventura, it was like a fast-paced life, drug-filled lifestyle. And they finally got into a romantic relationship with her boss, one of the most powerful men in the entertainment industry. And a vicious, cruel, and controlling man nearly 2 decades her senior. Okay. Yep. The trigger warning is even on the document. Yeah, Dawn and Aubrey are already publicly supported Cassie. I'd love to see it. Me too. Me too. Some people were in the comments. I don't know if y'all saw this. Some people were like, why are y'all just now standing with her? Why are y'all just now talking about this? The way that I really want to just jump through the screen sometimes and just cuss people out or slap them, like this. I don't think people understand how violence works, especially this type of violence. The shame that comes with it, it is a power move. Like, how do y'all get down in the comments? Let me know what y'all think about that. But what comments have y'all been seeing, especially like the negative ones? I'm really seeing the why it took you so long to talk about this. Some lady was saying, oh, don't try to clout chase Cassie's courage. I think they were talking about Kimora Lee. Don't try to clout chase Cassie's courage. You need to just pipe down and be quiet because you ain't say nothing when it was going on. I was like, what are they talking about? That's what I was thinking. Maybe NDAs are finally up, right? Possibly. I don't know, but people anyway, okay, so now that he's become her boss, right? So we got to the point, 2005, he's become her boss, and Mr. Combs asserted complete control over Miss Ventura's personal and professional life, thereby ensuring her inability to escape his hold. Absolutely it's sickening. And I was reading Future Imperfect, 60 years old. It took decades to talk about abuse from my childhood. Thank you for sharing that. Future Imperfect. Thank you so much for sharing that, because it's not easy. It is not easy. The shame that comes with it. Are people gonna believe you? This person is, shout out and show some love to to Future Imperfect, y'all. She's a dedicated sub, so please show her some love in the chat. Drop her some hearts. It is so much tied to it, shame. And then this man has money. He has money, influence. He could off you, right? You could be offed if you speak against him. I don't understand why people talk like this. I don't understand. Exactly. Victim blaming, baby, it's nasty work. Listen, nasty work. Nasty work. Shout out to Future Imperfect. That takes courage. It really does. Shout out to her. So he asserted complete control over Miss Ventura's personal and professional life, thereby ensuring her inability to escape from him. He provided unprecedented advances or avenues for success for the aspiring artist, but in return demanded obedience, loyalty, and silence, y'all. Can you imagine? It's like, y'all remember, and I'm not a Christian, so don't be mad at me. Don't stone me, y'all. Don't stone me. I'm not a Christian, but I grew up in a very, very religious family. Y'all remember the story for the Christians out there, or people who familiar with the Bible story. Y'all remember the devil taking Jesus up to the mountain and just offering him the world. If you just sign up with me, that's literally what it feels like. If you just bow to me, if you give me your obedience, your loyalty, your everything, that's what it felt. That's what that felt like to me. I was like, oh my God. But then imagine you being a 19-year-old girl. 19 years old. You have no idea what's going on in the world. Y'all remember when y'all was 19? Child, I was young and dumb. And if somebody showed me that they could give me the world, access to everything, money, cars, clothes, the life, why would I turn that down? Exactly. Stars in her eyes, right? I'm telling you, listen, how could you turn that down? How could you turn her down? Locked her into a 10-album deal. That's assuring she could go nowhere else. Exactly. And not to mention the way, okay, so let me get into it because it was more. It's more. The way baby. Okay. So throughout their relationship, Mr. Combs was prone to uncontrollable rage and frequently beat Miss Ventura savagely. And again, trigger warning, y'all. Trigger warning, folks, okay? These beatings were witnessed by Mr. Combs' staff and employees of Bad Boy Entertainment and Mr. Combs' related businesses, but no one dared to speak up against their frightening and ferocious boss. Again, everybody's reporting to him. He's signing all the checks. How is anybody supposed to say no to him? Right? And people in the comments, why is just coming out now? Why ain't just coming out now? Sir, ma'am, he's signing checks. Mind you, this was early 2000s when Diddy was fixing his image and developing other artists. Yes, this was probably, I would say this was like at the height. Well, I mean, obviously I feel like he had two peaks, right? When, when BIG, all of them was up and going. And then I feel like he was able to peak again early 2000s when he had Mace and all the people, right? I feel like he had another renaissance is what you call it. This was the height of his career. Oh Lord, and everybody, he was pumping out hits. He could do no wrong. He literally could do no wrong. Never part of any crowd because her head's up in some cloud. No denying she's a funny girl. That, oh yeah. Hey D, yes. Hey D, shout out to D Movie Man. Y'all subscribe to his channel. He has amazing movie recaps. You'll like, shout out to him too. And subscribe to his channel. And Nita the Diva. Shout out. Okay. Got to show love. Okay, let me get back into it. And where was I? Okay, so he would basically, put his hands on, put the paws on her, and everybody would see. And nobody was gonna do nothing because he's signing checks, right? He's signing checks, okay? Ooh, yes, Diddy and Timbaland, for real. Quiet as it's kept. I wonder what's Timbaland got going on. I wonder what he got going on. Because I mean, it's anyway. We'll wait. We'll wait because at this point, I think all of them are creeps. All of them. Yep. Like Ike and Tina. He actually said that that's kind of how he wanted to refer to their relationship. Ike and Tina. Oh, Lord. Okay, so following the episodes of horrific abuse, Mr. Combs would immediately attempt to hide Miss Ventura and the evidence of his violent rage. He often showered her with gifts following incidents of physical violence, a typical pattern of behavior by serial abusers. In addition to the physical assaults, Mr. Combs frequently reminded Miss Ventura of his ability to cause serious harm, whether by requiring her to carry his gun in her purse or by blowing up, allegedly, the car of a musician that was romantically interested in Ventura. When I heard that, I said, "You got me." Now, here's the thing: I'm not a hip hop girly. Okay, I flow in the rivers of the R&B. Now I know who is who. But again, I'm not a hip hop girly. It's a little too misogynistic for me, okay, for my blood. But baby, when I tell you, I asked my boyfriend because he's like a hip hop head. He was like, yeah, everybody knew about that. Did y'all know about that? And Kid Cudi came out and said, yeah, he confirmed it. So it was Kid Cudi. I don't think they list that here in the court documents, but it was Kid Cudi. Did y'all hear about that? I was like, where was I when this was happening? I had no idea. Given all the abuse MJB went through, I wonder what exactly. That's yes. Oh, my bad, y'all. I didn't mean to knock over my whole little setup over here. Yep. That I thought of J-Lo. I immediately thought of Carisha, J-Lo, Kimora Lee, and Mary J. Blige. Those are four women I was like thinking about. Like, okay. Yep, it was Kid Cudi, y'all. It was Kid Cudi. And he had come out and confirmed it. And I was like, I talked to my boyfriend. I was like, did you hear about this? He was like, yeah, everybody knew about that. I'm like, I was news to me. And if y'all knew that, why y'all wasn't reporting him? But again, like, who gonna do that? He's him. So adding insult to injury, Mr. Combs used illicit or illegal substances and threats of violence to force Miss Ventura into repeated unwanted sexual encounters, okay, with male sex workers. Now, baby, if they start bringing these people that she's listing, now she's not putting no names, not so far in this document, but if she get to naming names and having people come in as witnesses, oh baby, this baby, this shit gonna get real good, okay? And not good in a good way, but it's gonna get real tight, y'all. It's gonna get real tight. Okay, so he used to force her to engage in sexual acts with male workers, male sex workers. So over the years that Mr. Combs abused Miss Ventura physically and sexually, she again and again tried to escape his tight hold over her life. Every time she hid, Mr. Combs' vast network of corporations and affiliate entities found her, and those who worked for Mr. Combs' companies implored her to return to him. Many went as far as to explicitly state that her failure to return to Mr. Combs would hinder her success in the entertainment industry. Y'all, I swear to God, I feel like that's what he did with Carisha, y'all. I feel like that's what he did, because they were going back and forth. He had this baby with that lady, that Asian lady, had that baby with that lady. I feel like we stopped seeing him and Carisha for a very long time, or for like a couple months, right? And then it feels like it was just like the next thing you know, you see him at the Met Gala with her, y'all. And in that time period, it felt like Carisha Please was put on pause. I feel like he might have threatened her. I really do. Yeah, she gonna hit the fan, baby. It's gonna get real interesting. Yep, he absolutely is. Yep. And did y'all know? Well, actually, the attorney that Cassie has representing her actually represented some of the victims of Harvey Weinstein as well. I'm trying to think. I was supposed to look up who was representing Puffy, but I think it's an attorney that he's always had as his legal defense. So, baby, he sure is. And can you imagine how many I'm sure there are so many others out there like that. I'm just waiting. Let it come down. Let it come crumbling down. Okay. Right. And Carisha Please still hasn't had another. I'm telling you, nope. I feel like that's exactly what he did. He was like, Carisha, if you don't bring your ass back to Revolt TV, I'm telling you, because it went quiet for a minute. Anyway, okay. When she believed that she had finally separated from her longtime, ABUSER, she joined Mr. Combs for dinner, after which, trigger warning, y'all, trigger warning, after which he forced her into her home. He forced her into her home and raped her while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Miss Ventura has now fully escaped Mr. Combs, but the harm that the assaults and the abuse he caused her to experience for nearly a decade will forever haunt her. She has required intensive medical and psychological care to recover from the trauma she lived through. And baby, if she has all that documented, which I'm pretty sure she does, oh Lord. She cannot, however, continue to live in silence, and nor should she, about what she endured. That's me. I'm just ad-libbing, y'all. It don't say that in the document. Okay, so Mr. Combs remains immensely powerful and immensely dangerous. Miss Ventura therefore seeks justice for the decade of her life that Mr. Combs took away from her, with threats of violence, excessive use of, substance, physical and psychological abuse, and actual aviary. Okay, y'all figure out those words, because I'm still trying to make sure I don't. She listed all the substances: ketamine, snow powder. Oh God, he wanted that girl lucid and pliant. You're right, Lord. Okay, so accordingly, Miss Ventura brings the action seeking injunctive, declarative, and blah blah blah. Okay, so let's get into. I am getting into factual allegations. So I'm scrolling down. All right. So yes, future imperfect. That's exactly to summarize. Yep. So not only did he abuse her, he also, put her up on the market as well. Okay, so we're getting to the factual allegations, y'all. And drop down in the comments. Let me if you have questions. Please let me know what y'all are hearing out in the streets, because I feel like it's been a floodgate of stuff. People just throwing videos of I remember this, I remember that, please let me know so we can talk about it. Ooh, this mother, yes, him too. This nigga, yup, this nigga right here too. Him, Dr. Dre. I have to add him to the list. It's three niggas I don't fool with. Puffy one, fool with. Like I know them. Like they live down the street from me. But still, I would not never, would not ever, ever. Puffy, Jay-Z, and I add Dr. Dre to that list. Baby, I wouldn't spit on him. If he burst into flames, I wouldn't even spit on him. Neither one of them, none of them. They're just such vile, you could just tell they are vile men. Vile men. Okay, so Miss Ventura and Mr. Combs in the late 2005, early 2006, after Mr. Combs heard Miss Ventura's first single playing in a club, expressed interest in signing her to the label. So that's how they first met. Again, she was 19 years old. He was 37. Within months, February 26th, Miss Ventura signed a 10-album deal with Mr. Combs' record label. 10 albums. Now, I know y'all heard that girl singing in the club. No shade to Cassie, but y'all really thought she was going to be able to pump out 10 albums? Good ones? Okay, no shade to Cassie, because we stand with Cassie. But girl, be for real. Be fucking for real. Come on now. I don't want to hear they want to make a move. 10 albums? 10 albums of that? No, please. But I feel like Future Imperfect said it best. He just did that to just get it locked in. Yep. D Barnes, anyone? Dre messed her up after. Yes, I did hear about that. But I feel like it died down or something. And then the next thing you know, Dr. Dre is getting a was it a humanitarian award or something like that? I said, baby, they just be handing them motherfucking awards out. Bitch, give me one. If you just gonna give it to anybody. Oh, Lord. That's exactly right. And then the next thing you know, wasn't it Dr. Dre that got a humanitarian award or some shit like that? I said, human to who? Humanitarian to who? Girl, bye. They just be handing them out. Okay, it really speaks volumes that pretty much everyone, even men, are saying, yup, he did that shit. Yes, and baby, listen, you know how men love to do. They'll be like, well, we need to see the reason. Well, we need to see the, you know how some of the men folk that ain't wrapped too tight, you know how they do. But baby, they all saying 50 Cent. And y'all know that nigga. Y'all know that nigga ain't shit. 50 Cent and 50 ain't shit. He ain't shit, y'all. And he is talking about, he whatever they say he did that shit. Yes. Sadly, we know this usually goes when women speak out. Let the kingdom come crumbling down. I'm telling you, let it all fall down, baby. Let it fall like the house of Usher, baby. Come on down. Baby, let it come down. D Barnes told the public they didn't believe her and shut it down. There's a couple people. Okay, so before I continue, I'll be sure, y'all. Why the fuck? Again, sorry, y'all. I'm a be cussing. So put your headphones in if y'all at work. Why the fuck I didn't know that I'll be sure got so sick, y'all. Okay, so let me back up the story before I can keep reading. So Kim Porter and I'll be sure connected, I think, a little bit before she had passed on, right? And not, I don't know if they connected like romantically again, maybe just from a friendship perspective. I think maybe it might have just been friendship. As soon as they connected, the man fell ill, and like near death ill, y'all. And then Kim Porter had transitioned. Do y'all think that's a coinky dink, y'all? And then I went on to Al B. Sure's page. I went on to Al B. Sure's page today, and he reposted how sick he was. I said, I caught the subliminal. I caught the sub that y'all, he was like near death sick, like as soon after him and Kim had reconnected. Does anyone know what the Breakfast Club misogynists are saying? I have not checked it. That's you absolutely right. That's why I didn't go to them, because I feel like Charlamagne gonna say some more bullshit, and I don't be having it for him. I don't have it for DJ Envy. I don't have it for none of them. Hello, Jules. Michelle discussed how Dr. Dre beat her for Michelle discussed how he beat her for years. She even had a Lifetime movie. Yes, I do remember. Straight out, I think it was what was it? Straight out of, it was something. It wasn't straight out of Compton. It was straight out of something. I think she did a play on the words. But yes, I do remember Michelle. And then that fool again, he got an award. I think it was a humanitarian award. I was like, do y'all y'all just be giving this shit out to anybody? Like, what? Are you kidding? Yes. Okay. Thank you, Nita. Y'all shout out to Nita the Diva. She's got a YouTube page, YouTube channel. Please check her out. She does TV reviews and everything. Check her out. And also The Movie Man. Yeah, not a coincidence at all. It's not. It's not. It can't be. No way. No way. No way. Okay, so again, she was 19, he was 37, signed her up for a deal, 10 album deal. I was like, I don't want to hear Cassie on no album for no 10 albums. No shade to Cassie, but God dog, really? Okay, so Miss Ventura's first album it came out in 2006. To promote the album, Miss Ventura made television appearances on MTV's Total Request, TRL, y'all remember that, and BET's 106 & Park. Miss Ventura suffered from significant performance anxiety during these appearances, and press outlets were highly critical of Miss Ventura's performances on the show. Oh, and I just talked about her. I'm sorry, girl. My bad. Y'all go check Albie Shore's IG. He literally posted how sick he was today, y'all. Hey, Harold. Hey. Yes, I feel like that was a little bit of a slug, like a little bit of a sub, y'all. I really feel like that was a sub. Yes, that's it. Hey, Sharice. Yes, Surviving Compton. That was it. She did Surviving Compton. Thank you. Because I forgot. I was like, what was it? It was Surviving something, but I couldn't remember. Okay, hold on. Let me see. The Breakfast Club made the video and then privated it. Damn. You know, Revolt owns TBC. Oh, TBC, and Diddy is the owner of Revolt. Yes. See, that's the shit I'm talking about. Like, see, I didn't know that Diddy owned the Breakfast Club. I didn't know, but I'm not surprised. I mean, he's a power. The man was about to buy a TV. Do y'all know how big that is to be able to buy a television network, y'all? Y'all know how big that is? He was finna be on his Rupert Murdoch shit. Do you know how powerful Rupert Murdoch is? Like, that's crazy. He was about to buy a TV show, and he is a demon or a TV channel, a network, and he is a demon, allegedly, according to these court documents. Okay. Grammy, Dr. Dre, thank you, Global Impact. That was what it was. I was like, Global Impact? The nigga, the only thing he impacted, let me be quiet, but no. I was like, I remember getting in the shower because I was listening to my news podcasts and stuff. I was like, who the hell is giving him that? Child. Oh no, girl. Hey, Sharice, girl. Hey, girl. No problem, child. You always welcome. That's all right. Don't forget to like the video, y'all. Please don't forget to like the video. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey. Thank you, Nita, because I didn't want to say that. It's funny, but it's not funny. But yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, baby, the only thing you did was impact somebody's face. That's it, nigga. Please sit down. They should go over there and snatch that. They really should. He is not deserving of any of that. Not deserving at all. Okay, Nita, she said, I'll say it. Okay, girl, go ahead. I'm not mad. I'm gonna just highlight the comment. I'll just highlight the comment. I appreciate that, girl. Okay. All right. So Mr. Combs, however, sought to rehabilitate his newly signed talent because of the complaints that they were getting from her, right? Because people were saying she's on TRL, she's on 106 & Park. They're like, ooh, baby, she don't have no stage presence. And I remember watching her being like, oh, okay. Again, beautiful girl, right? But So He is seeking to rehabilitate the newly signed talent, telling MTV News. You can hear the nervousness in her voice. And to be honest, I kind of smiled at it because it made me really appreciate what I really love about her. She's a regular person. It just made me appreciate that she got nervous. And it was kind of cute to me, to be honest. You've got to understand the success of her is coming out of nowhere. It's just so huge. And sometimes everybody handles it differently. So while clearly, paternalistic in noting that it was cute to him how regular Miss Ventura appeared, Mr. Combs' comments rang true to some extent. Upon signing with Bad Boy Records, Miss Ventura was quickly thrust into the spotlight and was unfamiliar with how to navigate her new celebrity status. Within a year of signing with Bad Boy Records, Mr. Combs became deeply entrenched in Miss Ventura's life, almost immediately inserting possession and control over her and inserting himself in all aspects of her career and personal life. In November 2006, Mr. Combs invited Miss Ventura to perform her song, Come to Me, along with him at the MTV Europe Music Awards in Copenhagen, Denmark. After rehearsal for the performance, Mr. Combs walked around in a robe with a drink in his hand, flaunting his lavish party lifestyle to his label's newly signed artists. During hair and makeup leading up to the performance, Miss Ventura's hairstylist and Mr. Combs' makeup artist told Miss Ventura that Mr. Combs was interested in Miss Ventura. She shrugged off the gossip and in fact expressed disgust given the large age gap between the two, right? So at first, she wasn't even checking for him like that. Okay, let me read the comments. My bad, y'all. I just went to reading. Okay, the fact that Dr. Dre still breathes free air after what he did to D Barnes is wild, right? 0 jail time for slamming her head into the wall and beating her mercilessly. Listen, again, trigger warning, folks, but the way that they can just walk, I was gonna say I'm not gonna tell y'all, but that's just the black way of saying I'm about to tell y'all. I was trying to resist the urge of saying that. Did y'all hear? Okay, so I heard that the New York Police Department, NYPD, had made a statement about an ongoing investigation of him, of Puff Daddy or whatever his name is, and that there have been investigations about the allegations within this surrounding the actual essay abuse, right? So then, or ABUSE. So then I saw an alert today saying that NYPD said that was a false claim, that the person who made that or who reported that to the news did that incorrectly, and they were misled. How in the world? Yes. Yeah. Thank you. NYPD denied the investigation earlier today, but I don't either. How yesterday somebody's making a claim on behalf of NYPD? Like they don't. How was somebody just? Oh, I'm just gonna call the press and just tell them, oh, we're opening an investigation on somebody. Like I would assume, again, I'm not an investigator, but I would assume that if you're investigating, you have documents, you have evidence, you looking at stuff. Like, how did somebody get that mixed up and reported that to the press? And then all of a sudden today, I feel like somebody check cleared, y'all. Somebody's check cleared. Yeah, he even had access to the girl's medical record, baby. And he not even her dad. Like, what are you? What? Oh. Thank you. What's impactful is people like you, Belle, and other YouTubers will not be silenced. Oh, thank you. Listen, all right. I'm not going. Your courage is not too shabby either. Girl. Not either. Diddy was still with Kim Porter while dating Cassie on the low. Yeah, Kim and Diddy's twins were born in 2006. Yes. And that's why she first originally, according to the court document, she was like, I don't want to talk to him. He old as hell. Right. Because he is old as hell. He pushing 40. Right. The girl ain't even 21. She can't even drink. He is so disgusting. He is so disgusting. Okay. So many empires built on the dehumanization of women. Preach. That's a word. Okay. Truly makes my blood boil. It might be asking too much, but I hope this is a domino effect and more men continue to be exposed. Bring them out, baby. I hope this leads to a domino effect. Bring them out, including T.I. Because I feel like he a perv too. I think they all. I think bring them all out. Expose them all. Dre's stroke 2 years ago was his retribution for how he did D Barnes and Michelle. Child, you know what? I forgot he had a stroke. See, he got real quiet after that. See, I didn't even know he had one. But he just repulses me. Just Yep. And oh, my bad, I already read that one. But NYPD denied the investigation earlier today, but posted it yesterday saying that they were in the middle of an investigation. Which one is it? Because that doesn't make sense. Doesn't let me add. Wait, didn't the NYPD hush up Harvey? Probably. Now, see, I wasn't paying attention to the Harvey Weinstein. I was like in and out of it. I was in and out with that. Child. I agree. I don't believe it. NYPD trying to clean up behind themselves. I agree. Something is going on. Something fishy is going on. Okay, so Mr. Combs also actually I skipped over. Okay, so she was disgusted by him, right? She was like, I don't want to have nothing to do with him. He old, right? He somebody granddaddy. Don't nobody want to fool with him. Yuck, right? That was when she first got signed. And she also just remembered, emphasizing that there was an age gap and a power dynamic between the two of them. And by way of example, after returning to New York after a trip to Las Vegas, during which she endured a brief hospital stay, Miss Ventura, who by then was fully healthy, went out to a club with her friends. When Mr. Combs saw her out, he reprimanded her, telling her to go home and take care of herself. At the time, Miss Ventura thought her record label was looking out for her well-being and that Mr. Combs had her best interest in mind. So Mr. Combs also ensured he was intertwined with Miss Ventura's personal and medical life, for instance, like Julian had said, by inviting himself to Miss Ventura's 21st birthday party in Las Vegas. He also brought along famous musicians and producers, thereby flaunting his celebrity status and influence in front of a young and impressionable Miss Ventura. Again, the girl is damn 19. Like, who wouldn't want to be around celebrities, right? Who wouldn't want to be around celebrities at 19? Bitch, hell, my big grown ass, I want to be around a celebrity. Shit, I want to meet Beyonce. Shoot. Okay, so anyway, at the music video awards the following day, Miss Ventura, boyfriend at the time, joined her and Mr. Combs at a table at the award ceremony. Mr. Combs became angry, telling Miss Ventura that the invitations to the award ceremony was only for her and not for her significant other. Okay, so Mr. Combs lures her into a relationship at this point. So despite her clear rejection of Mr. Combs' advances, he continued to demand Miss Ventura spend time with him, including a weekend at his residence in Miami and for nights out in New York City. So on one particular night around September 2007, Mr. Combs insisted on taking Miss Ventura out. She acquiesced, right? Fearing that rejecting Mr. Combs' request would have repercussions for her album deal with Mr. Combs and his company, Bad Boy Records. Again, this power dynamic, right? He is her boss. He old as hell. He got all this money. He has all this status. He's signing the checks. She trying to be famous. He done signed her to this 10 album deal. Child. Ooh. Yes. Please like the video. Thank you so much, Nita. Lord, I hope Pharrell wasn't looking the other way on this. Pharrell ain't no, I know you know how he took advantage of Khalees. And I don't know if it was SA or anything, but he definitely took advantage of her in terms of royalties. So if you can steal somebody money, I don't see him having any scruples either. So, yep, exactly. I don't see him being upstanding at all. So, Okay, so so Puffy lured her in to, visit with him, come to his residence, been trying to get her to come and hang out with him and do all these things. He handed her a pill. One night, he handed her a pill and told her to take it. Miss Ventura asked what the pill was. Mr. Combs dismissed her and told her she would like it. She later learned that the pill was ecstasy, something Miss Ventura had never tried before. This girl is 19, so she is green as hell. Yep. Took advantage of Khaleesi's royalties. Yep. So if he's willing to do that, I'm pretty sure he's turning the other cheek in terms of seeing everything that was happening. Because there was no way if the staff was able to see him carrying on and doing what he did, why wouldn't? Yeah, child. Okay, so Mr. Combs then proceeded to drive recklessly. Okay, so after after he forced her to take this or influenced her to take this pill, this is the first time she's ever been inebriated. They were in the car and he was driving, and all of a sudden he started driving recklessly at a very high speed down the West Side Highway of Manhattan. She was very scared and didn't dare to object to him because he seemed drunk, inebriated, and agitated, right? Let me tell you, see, listen. Okay, so I know everybody's relationship is different, and people come in, and relationship dynamics are different, right? Somebody might be 10 years your senior, 12 years your senior, whatever. Like, as long as you're comfortable with it, fine, and he not on no fuckery, right? But you better take your old ass on. You better take your old ass on. I do not have time. What we gonna talk about? What are we gonna talk about? Now, that may not be for everybody, but maybe I'm just immature as hell, and I can't. I'm not about to talk to you. What are we gonna talk about? When Motown was great back in the day, like what? There's nothing we share nothing. We share nothing, okay? Yeah, predatory coming from an Oprah. You're not old, you seasoned, girl. You just seasoned. You seasoned. You old as fuck. Yes. You're not old. You just seasoned. You just seasoned. Okay, so so this is the first, so he started giving her drugs, started giving her substances to take. And this was her first time. Again, she's 19. She ain't been around the block like that, right? So in early 2007, Mr. Combs flexed his power and influence when he paid a promoter to create a fake flyer for a party hosted by Miss Ventura. This fake posting allowed Miss Ventura to have an excuse to go to Miami, Florida, and get away from her boyfriend by using the guise of a legitimate event she had to attend. Miss Ventura was stunned at how easily Mr. Combs was able to recruit others to lie for him. So essentially what he was trying to do was to lure her down to Florida so that he could get her out of her boyfriend's way. Because at the time, she's 19, she probably got a little boy. It was probably one of the little B2K boys or B5, one of them little boys that from little groups that she probably, back in the day, somebody her age range. Right. My married boyfriends are 20 years older than me, but that's when I want them there. Yeah, right. You gotta purposely be going out and seeking that. And again, it might be different for other people, but for me, no, I cannot. Yes, absolutely. Grooming. That's exactly. It's when like you said, Julian, it's when I want you to be in that age range, not you coming after me. No. So, okay, so he done lured her down to Florida, right? Miami, giving her copious amounts of substances, right? Making her intoxicated. She wanted Mr. Combs to continue to support her career, so she felt she couldn't refuse. She had to take it, right? After providing her with more substances, Mr. Combs this is their first encounter, actual encounter with Miss Ventura during this trip. So this was in 2007. Okay. So within 2 years of meeting Mr. Combs, Miss Ventura found herself lured into the immediate circle of her boss, the owner of her record label, and one of the most powerful men in the entertainment industry. Baby, Nita, I'm about to highlight your thing because you are absolutely right. And I didn't even know he was nasty like that. It was Ryan Leslie, who was also an artist and writer for Bad Boy. That was her boy, Ryan Leslie. Oh my God. Ooh, girl, that's tea, girl. I'm about to go. Me and my friends, we have a whole group chat about this because, girl, we cannot stand his ass at all. So we've been sharing stuff and talking about it. We was trying to figure out who her little boyfriend was. Baby, Ryan Leslie. I remember him. Y'all remember his song, You're a Diamond Girl? Y'all ain't gonna try to sing for y'all, but I used to love that song. Damn. I didn't know that, but I'm about to put that in our group chat though, for sure. Yes, Marcus Houston, nasty. Like I heard the girl had came up missing. She was missing for some years, and then she turned up with him all of a sudden. I said that's not. Nobody's gonna investigate this. Nobody gonna look into this because that don't sound right to me, y'all. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. If you look at the video for the one hit Leslie had, Cassie was in the video. So was Diddy. I believe Ryan Leslie is who brought Cassie to Bad Boy. Oh, I wish they put names in here, but I guess those people probably don't want to be named, right? Or yeah. But I wonder who's going to be called as witnesses though. That's what I'm saying. Like she's giving details and identifying people, not giving names, but I'm wondering if these people are going to be on the witness stand, like to testify. Okay, so from the very start of the relationship, Mr. Combs exerted his power and his influence over her. This dynamic was fueled by their nearly 21-year age gap or age difference. Mr. Combs considered himself, obviously he was a music mogul, and Miss Ventura at the very start of her career as an entertainer. So they really are emphasizing the power dynamic between the two of them. Okay, so Mr. Combs' aggressive and demanding approach to those who worked with him made it impossible for anyone to challenge him. And Miss Ventura soon learned that Mr. Combs insisted on blind loyalty from everyone in his inner circle. And I mean, if anybody watched Making the Band, the first one, I want to say it was the first one or the second one, the popular one with Babs and all of them, we already seen how ridiculous he is. So I wouldn't. Not initially, no names. They will do it in Discovery deposition. Yes, that's it. Okay, you're right. Yep, no names until in Discovery. Okay, so y'all, I'm waiting for Discovery, child. Waiting for that. I want to see what y'all done found. I want to see, baby. I hope it air out everybody and their mama. I mean, he knows everyone. Ooh, baby. Ryan Leslie in the press talks about that for years, how Diddy stole Cassie from him as an artist and a girlfriend. Ooh, I did not know that. I'm going to have to follow Ryan Leslie on IG too. Baby, I know he probably I bet he's probably going to testify. I'm sure. Child. Ooh. And Ryan Leslie is closer to her age, isn't he? Child. Okay. So everybody knows that he's demanding, he's aggressive, and he wants blind loyalty. Although Miss Ventura has saved up some of her earnings from her young modeling career, Mr. Combs, I don't even his ostentatious, thank you. I was like, wait a minute, what is that? Ostentatious display of wealth was intimidating to her. Let me see. Baby, the tea gonna be piping hot. I'm finna be sipping it, just sipping it up. Scripts are going out in 3 months. Movie time, baby. Okay. Listen. Listen, it's about to be some shit, y'all. It's about to be some shit. Diddy's lawyers steal everything from the public. Can they? Ooh, that's a good question. Can they? I'm wondering. I mean, it's a civil case. I'm That's a good question. He was older than her too. He was damn near 30, if I'm not mistaken. Thank you. Okay, that's what I was gonna say about Ryan Leslie. I was like, was he not her age? I didn't think so, because when I remember, if I remember what he looked like he was about 35 or so. He looked like he was up there too. Yeah. Okay. So Nita says they definitely can request it, but it's the judge who says yes or no. Okay. This is too high. This is too high of a profile case for them. I mean, obviously, I'm not a judge and I'm not a officer of the court, but I would be shocked if a judge said no, that they would seal, or I'm sorry, if they said yes, I would be shocked. Again, I'm not a officer of the court, but I would be shocked if a judge said that they were going to seal the court documents. I mean, they let what's her name? Megan Thee Stallion. We stand with Megan as well over here. Megan Thee Stallion and that bald-headed leprechaun child. Okay. Although she saved up money, she felt intimidated by his lifestyle. He was ostentatious. He had all this money. He was just doing whatever, you know. Mr. Combs paid for things with wads of cash and will repeatedly tell Miss Ventura, don't worry about it. I got the money. Of course, lavish vacations, purchasing a car. He got an apartment, provided her extensive amounts of designer clothing. See, that's where I'd be like, that's why I can't fault the girl. Damn, he paying for clothes. He got you a place. You got a car. Like, how can you, and you're young. Think about it. I was still struggling. Okay. I didn't have my real job. I didn't have a real job, good paying job until I was like 25, 26. The struggle. Okay. Y'all know that struggle period. 18, 17, 18, you in college, that 4-year gap, and then the couple years it takes for you to get you a real job in the real world. Baby, somebody told me they would pay for my apartment, bitch. What do I gotta do? Yes. Yes. Oh, my bad. I think I accidentally. Okay. Usually sealing the case is in proprietary reasons, like things that affect people, stealing intellectual property. These types of cases usually are no. That's what I thought. All evidence is sealed during the trial. Once a judgment is ruled, evidence is public in a civil case. See, that's what I thought. I was like, in a civil case, that's what I was thinking. Again, I'm not an officer of court, but I do have friends that are attorneys. So again, I'm still not no officer of the court, though. I don't know nothing about that, child. But yes, it would seem like the information will be public. Yep, exactly. She was a kept woman, and I'm not mad at that. Now, I'm mad at the fact the situation she was in, but that's what I'm saying to people who are like, why didn't she leave? She sat up there for all that time. Why she just at 19, you're broke. At 20, 9 times out of 10, you're broke. If your parents don't already have the money, you broke. Okay, you don't got nothing. All right. So 2018, around 2018, or I'm sorry, around 2008 or 2009, Mr. Combs began to rent an apartment in Manhattan for Miss Ventura. The apartment was within walking distance of Mr. Combs' New York residence. He first showed Miss Ventura the apartment by bringing her there along with her parents. Her parents was involved. Her parents knew what the fuck was going on. Oh, bitch, I'm about to be mad as hell. I knew it was a trigger warning, but bitch, I'm about to get mad as fuck. What the? Well, where was your parent? Where is your mama? I thought that this girl. I thought this girl ain't had no mama or no dad. You know what I mean? I thought she might have, bitch. All right, let me see what y'all comment so I can calm down. I was about to be mad as hell. She had a dream. Why would she not believe? Exactly. Why would she not believe him? Right. Like, why would she not? He got all this access. Why would she not? Right. Anyone would want that life, not the abuse that comes with it. Exactly. Who the hell's big? Come on now. Anybody would want that life. Just found out that Michael Jackson wanted to work with Lil' Kim, but since old sociopath was angry that MJ didn't want to work with him, instead he blocked Kim from being featured on Michael's album. When I tell you the nigga ain't shit, bitch, I hope he. I hope that I ain't gonna say it. Actually, I probably will, but give me a minute because I wanted to come out right. I don't want to say I don't want to be cussing up a storm. Thank you, not the parents, y'all. I'm about to get back into this, but I had to cool off because not you introducing, not your parents are involved, and they're not checking for you like that. Let me see what Harold's saying. I miss so much of the conversation, but it disturbs me every time people say that head ass ish. Why she wait till now? As if folk aware of the duress victims be under while being abused. Exactly. What kind of? We talked about this earlier, but that's fine. We can still talk about it. Like, what the fuck wrong with y'all? Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna cuss. I had to cuss, y'all. I'm mad. I'm about to read about these raggedy ass, tired ass, trifling ass parents that she got. Oh Lord, it's always the parents. It's always the parents that just not be around. They just be negligent. Oh, all right. I'm getting back into it, y'all. Oh, y'all, I was getting mad. I was getting very, very upset. All right, so Miss Ventura's parents were skeptical of the mogul's display of wealth, but proud of their daughter's newfound success. Were y'all not paying attention to your daughter? Were y'all not paying attention to her? Baby, I cuss like a sailor. Mouth just potty mouth. ooh. But getting to the parents is part of the grooming. I'm about to fight the air. Y'all, I'm so angry. But here's the thing. Okay. I'm put the phone down real quick. I gotta talk, y'all. I gotta talk. We gotta talk. Please help me, because I'm not a parent. I'm not a parent, y'all. I'm not a parent. I don't have no kids. I don't want no kids. I love children. They're beautiful. I'm going to go see my boyfriend's niece tomorrow. We're so excited. But I'm coming from a non-parental perspective, right? So there's a blind spot there for me. But why were her parents not paying attention to her? Do you know what I mean? Like, all these things were going on. And like, my grandma raised me, y'all. My grandma raised me. So if I went wrong, right? If I twitched my eye wrong, my grandma now, right? If I twitch my eye wrong, my grandma on me. What's going on with you? You all right? Is everything okay? How you doing? Like, I mean, I could not listen. I twitched my eye wrong, and my grandma, what's going on? You okay? How you doing? Is everything all right? Like, I literally couldn't do anything wrong. If I tried to sneak and do some mess, and baby, trust and believe, I was always trying to sneak and do some mess. Okay, I was always trying to sneak and do some shit. I was. She was on it for the most part. I just had to get real slick with it when I really was trying to get something done. But she was on it. She was on it. How the hell did they not notice just a change in her behavior, y'all? As a parent? Okay, hold on. Let me get in here and see what y'all talking about, because I'm just running my mouth. Okay. My sister was in my custody, went no contact with me when I was trying to be watchful and protective of her. See, yeah. See, that's I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you guys have been able to reunite. But even if you, okay. But would you still pay? Would you see if something wrong, like the change in the behavior though? You know what I mean? I thought of the same thing. Aaliyah's parents. So all them kids, all them girls. What are the Joycelyn and the other girl? I'm looking at these parents like, no, y'all set y'all daughter up. Y'all set y'all's daughter up for the okie doke. Y'all really did. Y'all just let her out. Just let her to the wolves. That's what they did. Okay, I'm a parent, and if an adult took much interest into my kids, I was suspicious. Absolutely. Get your grown ass from over here. I don't know what the fuck going on. No. It's no. I'm all in it. Where are you going? Why do you need to be so invested? You're the owner of Bad Boy Entertainment. Why don't you have A&R? Where's the A&R person? Because you don't need to be here. Okay? You don't need to be here. Why? When I tell you, if I had a kid, and I don't want none, so I'm not wishing myself to have none of that. But if I were, the way I would be paying attention on it. Again, I couldn't even twitch wrong without my grandma looking like, what's going on? What's happening over there? You all right? You know what I mean? Like, how did she endure all of this and y'all didn't even pay attention to her, a change in her behavior? Drugs change the way you behave sometimes, and especially if you're using it excessively. How did y'all not see that? Oh, hey, Tracy. Some parents are not perceptive. I can tell if my son is lying by how he holds his head and blinks, and he is 20 in college now, and nothing has changed. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know your kids. You know it. You know when they lying. You know when they tired. You know when they sick. You know when they hurt, heart broke. Like, you know, this is a life that then came up out of you, or that you helped make. You spent so much time with them. How did you not notice that something was going on with them? Child. Shout out to Tracy. Hey, Tracy girl. Right. I don't want any either. My nephews are enough, and I'm scared. Okay, child. I don't want to be responsible for nobody. Child, now. I don't want to be responsible for no little human. Oh no. That's just too much. Cause let some shit like this happen. I don't know what the people were saying about. Well, I was hearing little bits and pieces about what Keke Palmer, mama said about putting that in that boy's head. That's me. That would be me. Okay, you touch my child. Oh, you don't need to be walking this earth. You don't need to walk the earth. It's no. You don't need to be here. It's fine. I'll take care of that. It's okay. Maybe with some other substance abuse that changed. Maybe, child. Maybe, but that's like you. Oh Lord. Yes, she was absolutely correct, Miss Sharon. Yes, baby, you put your hands on my child. You will be okay. Okay, so he met the parents. I'm going back to the court documents. I got so mad I done lost my place. Hold on. Okay, I found it. So met the parents, lured the parents in, right? They are, I guess, suspicious, but I guess not that suspicious if they ain't saying nothing. So around 2010, Mr. Combs similarly paid for an apartment for Miss Ventura in Los Angeles, which was located for about 5 minutes away from where he lived. He paid for many of her apartments in California and also purchased the Jaguar for her around 2013, 2014. All aspects of Miss Ventura's life was controlled by him. Every event she went to and attended, from the travel to the makeup and the clothing, was paid directly for him and his affiliate companies. Compounding this all-encompassing intrusion into her life, he basically secured control over the young and impressionable girl, Miss Ventura, by introducing her to a drug-fueled lifestyle that kept her complacent and compliant. Mr. Combs first introduced Miss Ventura to opiates, around 2000, and would often have pills and other substances out in the open like candy. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs had been addicted to prescription painkillers and took ecstasy frequently. Again, this is according to the court document. Let me see what y'all saying. You're absolutely right. Miss Sharon was absolutely correct in her response. For some parents, their children become a commodity. Look at parents who think that their kids will be pro athletes. Yes, and pull the family out of poverty. Aaron Hernandez's family was all about getting the money. You're right, and that's why Aaron Hernandez, child. Yes. So Diddy is a yes. He has a little substance problem, according to the court documents. So I side-eyed Keke mama. You let that man put her hands and feet on her for a year and knew what, you know what, girl, because I put her in the Tracy, don't get, baby. Okay, you right. And I said the same thing. I said, now wait a minute now. Y'all knew this was happening for a year, because the baby not even 2 years. Y'all, I actually did a video about that. But I was like, let me not do it because I don't want nobody to I don't want nobody to come for me. But I was like, how did y'all allow all this to happen and escalate the way that it did? Anyway, we'll get into that. But you're absolutely right, Tracy. You're absolutely right. We call them energy vampires. Yes. The parents, the raggedy parents that be trying to rely on the kids to pull them out. Like, why not just your children do not exist for you. You exist for your children. That's kind of how that works. I don't know how people got that mixed up. Like, okay, but whatever. Okay, so at first, Miss Ventura was given prescription substances that she received from a doctor in Miami. Eventually, Mr. Combs exhausted his supply of the pills. He demanded that Miss Ventura procure prescriptions from this Miami doctor in her own name. So, yeah, siphoning the life away from these young girls and boys. I'm ready for all of them to come out. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to come out. Please expose them. Please expose them all. Okay, so Mr. Combs became deeply involved in her personal life. Like Julian said, Miss Ventura's day-to-day travel and other needs, including medical care, he was all in her business on multiple occasions. He had her personal records sent directly to his email address. Now, how in the doctors, I guess that he was paying the doctors and the doctors are going to comply with what he said. They need to be included in this, because did the girl sign a waiver? Maybe she did. Because you have to sign permission. When you're an adult, you have to sign off for doctors to be able to share your medical information to other designated people. You can't just be saying, oh, I want her stuff, but he probably paying. They probably on payroll. Okay, so so he got medical records sent to his email address. For instance, when Cassie began experiencing memory loss at such an early age, y'all, experiencing memory loss due to excessive substance use and head injuries caused by Mr. Combs' beatings. Y'all, I'm getting mad. So the girl's she's experiencing memory loss because of the substance abuse and because of the injuries that he caused. Her MRI results were provided directly to Mr. Combs. Mr. Combs also repeatedly arranged for her staff to drive Miss Ventura to certain doctor's appointments. In this way, Puffy exerted ownership over Cassie, as another example of the way in which he manipulated Cassie and ensured obedience early on in their relationship. He asked Cassie what she called her grandfather. When Miss Ventura said that she referred to her grandfather as Pop Pop, Mr. Combs perversely insisted that Miss Ventura refer to him with that nickname. I'm not laughing. This shit is not funny at all. Well, bitch, you got to be a sick ass. You got to be sick as hell. You want this girl to call you Pop Pop? Go to hell. Go to hell. HIPAA violation. I bet she didn't. I don't think she did. And maybe she was maybe he forced her to sign the documents, or her parents gave him access to them in terms of the medical documents. But you can assign folks to get info. Yes, you can. Ooh, that's what I said. All them people who enabled him need to be held accountable. This doctor, Ooh. I mean, because we about to get into it. So we haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes, y'all. We haven't even gotten into the meat and potatoes. Right. This some twisted, like vile. Okay, call you what she calls her grandfather. Where is your mama? Where is your dad? Where are your parents? Where are your people? Where are your people? Where are your people? I'm thinking her parents are very poor or didn't have that much money. I might be wrong. Y'all get down in the comments if y'all know what her family's socioeconomic status was. But I just can't imagine somebody who already got money allowing their daughter to go through this if they already have money. You know what I mean? Like, what the girl? Why the fuck we need all this? I could buy you a Jaguar. You don't got to worry about that from him. You know what I mean? I'm wondering if her parents' socioeconomic status wasn't that great, and so they were really able to like just turn the other cheek. Because how the fuck y'all ain't see that? All right. Okay, Mr. Combs' relationship became violent, and I mean it was already violent, but it becomes even more escalate, y'all. So we about to get it again. Trigger warning, folks. Trigger warning. Okay, now you remember when Jock said he told her to shave her head. Yes, she said whatever Sean wants, I do. Yep. I heard that. I recorded the video. I was gonna play it, y'all. It's so many clips I've been catching. I'm gonna try to just put it in the community tab so we can talk about it, because some of this stuff is just heart-wrenching, and I might get emotional, and I don't want to just be boohoo crying on the camera, y'all. This is a random example, but remember how in The Color Purple, Celie was so conditioned to abuse that she thought Harper was thought Harper was putting hands on Sophia was the right way to fix her. Indoctrination from a young age. That's exactly, that was probably one of the worst. I think that part out of the whole movie of Color Purple, that part made me cry the most. I was like, oh no, Celie. That part made me cry so. And y'all, I'm a Cancer, y'all, a July Cancer. So I'm real sensitive, y'all. I'm real sensitive about my shit, y'all. I'm real sensitive. I was crying. Oh Lord. Okay, so she named Diddy, Bad Boy Records, Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprises, and Epic Records in the suit. She's coming for it all, baby. I don't feel like $30 million is enough. Y'all feel like $30 million is enough? Bitch, I feel like she lowballing him. No, ma'am. This nigga is a billionaire. He's about to buy a television network. For the pain and suffering you encountered, boo. Reach for the stars at this point. Also, did y'all hear? Now, this is like scuttlebutt. So I don't know if it's verified, and I didn't read the whole article, but I heard word on the curb, okay? Word on the curb was that he tried to settle with her first so that she wouldn't take it to court, so that she wouldn't do a lawsuit. Did y'all hear that? I don't know how true that is, but that's what I heard. I heard he tried to intercept it, offer her a settlement before she took it to civil court. Y'all tell me what y'all heard, and we'll discuss. Okay, so this is trigger warning, folks. Trigger warning. This is where the relationship really started getting, worse and worse, right? Worser and worser, y'all. It's gonna get worser and worser, y'all. Okay, so we started as a whirlwind of celebrity meetings and substances and alcohol-fueled parties. However, quickly turned frighteningly into violence, right? So Miss Ventura was also exposed to intense violence that pervaded Mr. Combs' rise to fame. For example, on one occasion when Mr. Combs and Miss Ventura were using substances together in his home, one of his security staff barged in and announced that Suge Knight, a longtime rival of Mr. Combs, was spotted at Mel's drive-in diner. Mr. Combs got dressed, retrieved multiple guns. I already said it. Retrieved multiple. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Future yes, thank you. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. That's my first one, y'all. Yay. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Child, oh Lord, just I really don't want to cry, y'all. I don't want to cry. This, where were your parents? I just don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, so he runs out and sees. Actually, hold on. Let me catch up with all the comments. Let me see. Thank you, Future Imperfect. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. Yes, her lawyer said that in her response to Diddy's lawyers, he tried to pay her not to bring the suit and said, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. Right? Oh, bitch. Oh. She $30 million is not enough. 30 million is not enough for me. I feel like it need to be like at least $1 billion. Take all his shit, please. 13 years of terrorism, abuse, and violence. You've got to make me whole. You absolutely do. Give me all of it, everything. I want offshore accounts. I want every penny that bitch got. Give it to me. Run me, pay me for all the pain, okay? Because Diddy's lawyer accused Cassie of trying to shake him down for 30 million. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. And that's usually the line, isn't it? Oh, yeah, they just want money. They just trying to shake me down for money. That's literally the line. That's the excuse. Almost every time. I heard that too, and I'm not shocked. Most times they tell them to try and settle civil cases out of court. First here in New York. Yeah. Okay. Oh, Tracy, you're new. Okay. Yeah, I didn't. That's yeah. When I heard it, I'm like, that sounded about right, but I didn't read the article fully, so I didn't know the details, so I couldn't speak to it. We don't realize what we've been taught and how we've been socialized until we get older and understand how the world really works. So much we really don't know until we free our minds and break the cycles. That is so true. Oh my gosh. So true. Yeah. So true. Ooh, y'all. This is some mess, child. This is some mess. But you're absolutely right. Straight up. Okay, so he runs out with a machine that can off people. Y'all know what I'm talking about, pulling triggers and things. Okay. And Cassie was petrified that the firearm would accidentally go off in her purse, right? She had no familiarity with any of this. Actually, hold on, let me go back up because I missed the part. Okay, so he thought he saw Suge Knight outside, longtime rival. Y'all know they never got along. Mr. Combs began to get dressed, retrieve multiple things. Y'all see what I'm saying? I'm doing from a safe and ran out of his home to where he believed Mr. Knight was dining. Cassie came with him. I'm assuming forced her to go and was terrified and began to cry. On at least 2 occasions, he demanded that she hold his, y'all, what I'm holding in my hand, right? The gesture I'm making with my finger. He demanded her to hold it in her purse, right? There were no clear reason why he wanted her to do this, except to reinforce to his young girlfriend that he was violent, powerful, and dangerous. Over the next decade, multiple times each year, he would violently, put his hands on her, leaving bruises on her body. After every instance in which he, went upside her head, he would use money and power to orchestrate extensive efforts to hide the evidence of his ABUSC, including hiding her in hotels for days at a time, and in order for her bruises to heal up, y'all. In one such instance, after a party with Jay-Z, Mr. Combs went upside Cassie's head repeatedly in an Escalade, including by, kicking, hitting her, all of this. He forced her out of the vehicle on 5th Avenue in New York. She was eventually able to hail a cab and get to her apartment in Manhattan, where she cried in fear, realizing that there was no one she could tell about what was happening at the hands of this powerful man. Okay, so I'm gonna pause here and see what are y'all saying. Hey Portia, hey girl, hey. Child, we having just a good conversation, child. Hey girl, hey. You went to Future Imperfect. I just went to IG and people are owning him in the comments. Good. I hope they please go and harass him. Go and harass him. Well, I'm not telling y'all to do that because I don't want y'all to get in trouble. But I hope they do. I don't want y'all to get, involved in no foolishness. But child, Cassie, 30 million. I'm sorry. I'm still thinking about that. 30 million is not enough. No, I need at least $1 billion. Give me $1 billion. All the foolishness I went through, no, at least $1 billion. I need at least $1 billion. Okay, so in January 2009, Puffy learned that Cassie spoke to another music manager at a party in LA, and he got mad. She had hoped speaking to this manager would allow her to further grow her career. And that Puffy would be happy for her, but instead he became extremely angry and pulled her out of the club where the party was taking place. In the car, leaving the club, he put his hands on her, pushing her into a corner of the vehicle and stomping her in her face, y'all. Child. Okay, so Miss Ventura was, bleeding profusely and was ushered into Mr. Combs' home, where she began to it was coming up, right, because of the assault, right? I'm not trying to read it verbatim because some of this stuff is just very disturbing. Okay, so upon recognizing the damage had been done and the physical evidence of his ABUSC, he panicked, forced his staff to bring her to a hotel suite at the London Hotel in LA, where she was required to stay for a week. During this stay, her injuries from the beating healed. She began to fully realize that his tremendous loyal network not only knew about and witnessed her assault, but also that the witnesses were not willing to do anything meaningful to stop him and his behavior. She recognized that she was powerless and that reporting him to the authorities would not alter his status or influence, but would merely give him an excuse to hurt her even more. So while in the hotel, she asked to go home to her parents, but he wouldn't let her leave. She lied to her mother when asked about an online gossip forum that reported the assault. Her parents, I'm very upset with them. Diddy also already lost in the court of public opinion because we already thought this of him. Exactly. I mean, the way he's taking advantage of so many people. Exactly. Honestly, in the court documents, it says that's how he refers to her. And we're about to get into the trafficking, y'all. We're about to get into that in just a second. So again, trigger warning, folks. Trigger warning. All right. Someone said Howard Hughes needs to take money, baby, give it back to him. They absolutely should. Howard is a prestigious enough school. They can earn it somewhere else because he is not. We just didn't know who, if anyone would speak up. We've been waiting for Me Too of hip hop. Listen, now that Cassie has come out, it's about to be a motherfucking firestorm, baby. The girls are going to come out. They are going to come out. It is going to be a fire storm, okay? And we are going to be talking about it left and right. I haven't went through the court documents yet, so some of this information is new to me. Sorry, Portia, it's trigger. And we about to get, again, we starting to get into the meat and potatoes, but baby, it's this one line here. It's coming, girl. It's coming. And yes, the girls are coming, baby. I hope girl, come on. Cause I feel like we already know what hip hop is, right? And I don't think it's always been like that. I don't know. Again, I'm not a hip hop girly. I'm an R&B girly. Sing me down, right? Sing to me. Don't be. Hip hop was a little too misogynistic for me. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hang with it. And the phobias and all the foolishness that they be dealing with, they got issues that they need to work out. But because of that, you know how toxic it is, right? I can only imagine, baby. Day of reckoning. Day of reckoning. Right. Yeah, Julian, we're not even at the worst of it. Had to take a breath. Yeah, I'm like seeing the headlines, like the top, the paragraphs, the headers of the paragraphs. I'm like, oh Lord, oh God, here we go. We about to. I got my tissue box, y'all. I might cry because I don't. Y'all know I'm sensitive. I'm sensitive. I'm a sensitive soul. I really am. Okay, it was LSA. If you pull up the feed, someone way back in 2012 details that assault verbatim the way Cassie does in this lawsuit. Oh, wait, what's LSA? It was LSA. If you pull up the feed, someone. Jules, what's LSA? Oh, Mama, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Okay, when BT honored him a couple of years ago and everybody was tripping about Jussie attending, I remember saying, look who y'all are honoring. Jussie may have lied, okay, but he never hurt anybody. Exactly. He might have just, exactly. Exactly. Okay, Jussie a liar, but he ain't hurt nobody. Now, damn. Okay, not y'all mad because, oh, Lipstick Alley. Thank you. My bad. Thank you. Jules and Tracy. I appreciate that. Right. I'm like, damn, not y'all mad at Jussie, but I also feel like Jussie Smollett, though him lying was a way for people to kind of just use that to the backlash that he experienced from that. I feel like part of it was laced in homophobia to me. I was like, y'all can't be that mad about somebody lying. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's embarrassing because we was rooting for him, but I do feel like some of that was laced in homophobia, and I wasn't here for them. Yeah. Exactly. Audience full of them. Audience full of the ABUS ears, right? Cassie's assistant at the time had also come out and said this is all true, that he witnessed all of this, baby. And I'm pretty sure if he's come out and said it, he's probably going to be called upon as a witness as well. So, baby, just so y'all know, it's Lipstick Alley. Just y'all know it's Lipstick Alley. Y'all, I was a little slow. I'm like, LSA, what is that? What is? Oh, y'all, my bad. I'm a little slow sometimes. Yep. Audience full of it. Yep. Yes. Child. Thank you, Julian. It was completely laced in homophobia, but he was wrong. A dead ass wrong. Just wrong as two left shoes. But some of that stuff that they had going on, that was some underlying homophobia, and I wasn't here for that. Y'all, they was coming for him too hard, and I didn't like that. I didn't like it. It was wrong, but nah, y'all doing a lot with the least. I'm on the slow girl. Me too, girl. We on the same bus, girl. We sit next to each other, girl. I'm like that. What? Now what happened? We sitting next to each other because I'm just a little tad, just a tad. Okay, y'all ready? We about to get back into it, y'all. Y'all ready? We about to get into it, y'all. Hold on, Chicago PD doesn't even go at child abusers that hard, child. Okay, and that I've seen some articles from. I believe you, Julian. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. All right, y'all. We about to getting back into it, y'all. Y'all ready? Okay, so I'm just kind of recapping what we read. Everybody breathe, right? Everybody breathe. We about to get back into it. Okay, so this is when she has just realized, like, she's got this epiphany. She's like, listen, he's got a network of people. I'm not gonna be able to get up out of this, right? And so her parents have called, her mom called somebody, I think her parent called, and parents were calling and asking about what they're hearing on the internet. Sounds like there was some assault going on, and she's basically lying to her parents. He proceeds to instruct his assistant to purchase excessive amounts of gifts for her, like typical ABUSERs do, after they've done something traumatic or, heinous, right? So he asked the assistant to purchase excessive amounts of gifts, which were delivered to the hotel room where she remained trapped, right? She was trapped by, held against her will. Please, everybody, buckle the fuck please buckle up, y'all. So hold on. Come on, phone. Don't fail me now, Jesus. All right. She found herself becoming numb to the abuse she was experiencing and became entirely beholden to Mr. Combs' demands. So that makes sense when Jock said that, I got to do whatever he want me to do. He said, you need to shave your head. I got to do it. That sounds about right. I read all 35 pages, so I know what's coming. Oh, girl. I haven't read all 35 pages, so I'm seeing the headers, and I'm like, oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. All right, so she found herself becoming numb. Out of his own admission, his relationship with her was like Bobby and Whitney. This is what he said. A clear acknowledgement of the unequal power dynamic and excessive DV that permeated their relationship. From the outside looking in, Cassie had heard others refer to her relationship with Mr. Combs as akin to Ike and Tina. So other people saw it as well. And also referred to it as Ike and Tina. I feel like it was more so Ike and Tina than Whitney and Bobby, y'all. Because I feel like Whitney had a little thug in her too. Rest in peace, Miss Houston. Love you down. But I feel like she had a little thug in her. So this was more like Ike and Tina to me, honestly. R.I.P. Miss Tina as well. Her volatile and abusive partner, who also owned her label and therefore held her future success in her hands, had fully exerted control over every aspect of her life. So now we're getting into the... Y'all, here we about to get in. Strap in. Take a breath. We about to get in. For the folks who haven't read it, it's about to get into the craziness. Yeah, shout out to Harold. You know it's dark when they print trigger warning at the top of the document. I've never seen that before, neither have I. And we about to get into it, y'all. Okay, so within a few months of beginning a romantic relationship with 40-year-old, at the time he's 40, she's 22. She felt again beholden to his whims and demands. So while in New York City, the process is complete. The process of breaking her down has been complete. He wanted her to do something that would turn him on. And he wanted to see her with another peen. Okay. Let me just read it. Let me not act like that. We all grown. We all grown in here, y'all. We all grown. So while in New York, Mr. Combs told Miss Ventura that he wanted to engage in a fantasy of his called voyeurism. Mr. Combs said that it would turn him on if he saw her with another D. Okay, another dick. All right. The first time Mr. Combs hired a man and brought the man to his home in LA, Cassie and Mr. Combs wore masquerade mask and ingested substances. He then directed her to perform acts with this man while Mr. Combs watched them. He masturbated while he directed her and the man to do specific acts. The entire encounter lasted multiple days. He then began to call the arrangement a freak out, or FO. He would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted an FO. And Miss Ventura was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of the male sex workers. At certain points during Cassie and Mr. Combs' relationship, he would insist on FO weekly. Mr. Combs will repeatedly tell her that his practice was our thing and our secret. FOs would often take place in hotel suites, including the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, El Mertiage, I think is how you pronounce it, El Mertiage. And if anybody's in California, you know how to pronounce that. It's in Beverly Hills. It looks like a French word. The London Hotel in LA, the Intercontinental Century City, Intercontinental Atlanta, the Intercontinental NYC, the One Hotel in New York and in Miami, the Mandarin Oriental Hotel in New York and in Miami. So various hotels, it was happening, and they were listing all the different hotels where all these FOs would happen. Yes. Freak off. Did I say freak out? Freak off. Sorry, y'all. I was listening to Sheethy before I came on here. Freak offs. That's it. Thank you. Freak offs. Listen, dear God in heaven. Okay. Dear God. Dear God. Yep. He did that to implicate her like it was doing her. Yep. That's it. He literally directed a train. Yeah. Ooh. Y'all, this is some. Okay, hold on. Tracy has a question. I have a question. Do you think he was living his man on man fantasies through Cassie and was jealous that she got it and not him? Okay, so here's my question. Y'all answered Tracy's question if you have thoughts about it. I don't think that he wasn't living his man on man fantasies. Personally, I don't think he was not. I think he was. I think he just, I don't know. I think he just enjoyed forcing her to do something that she didn't really want to do. But I don't think he didn't already do it and engage in stuff like that. Like I don't think he didn't, y'all. Unless y'all think I'm like totally off. Okay, future impact. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. Okay, hold on. Let's see. At Tracy. Okay, it was more so his way to get. Okay, his y'all playing part in it, but he also got off on the control of her. That's what I was thinking. But y'all don't think that he was already involved in that kind of in. Y'all already think he was already fooling around with men anyway? I feel like he might have. I don't see him not. Again, y'all tell me what y'all think. I don't want to. If y'all have a different idea. Straight men can enjoy watching other men assault. That's what I think it is. Thank you, future improv. That's what I think. I think it's he just enjoyed seeing her being uncomfortable. There was a whole debate, y'all, and I know I'm going off topic. We're about to get back into it, but I just gotta put some chapstick on. But shout out to the Black Owned Lip. I'm about to do another Black Owned business perspective, and we're about to review this Black Owned lip gloss. It's good, y'all. It's made of honey. I know I'm changing the subject. It's just because I need to take a mental break. Just a quick mental break, y'all. Yeah, so I think this is it. And I went off on a tangent. Y'all feel like I got ADHD, y'all. Oh, real quick tangent. I was reading on Twitter that a lot of women like watching girl on girl porn because it doesn't show women being violated, or it doesn't look like it hurts when it's girl on girl. And because man and women porn, it be looking like the men be about to, it looked like it hurt. Anyway, there was a whole poll and a whole conversation going on about that. So that made me think of that. Straight men can enjoy watching porn because it looks like these women, they're dominating women. So that is a thought that I decided to share. Yeah. Yeah, he was definitely having sex with men too. Gene Deal, his former security guard, had confirmed this and said that Kim Porter had confirmed this as well. Yes, I that's the dude who had confirmed that Kim had got him in the arm with the corkscrew. I believe that was him. Yep. Okay, this is a tough one. I'm a lesbian for the record. This is sex power. I think so too. Like, and that's one of the ways, honestly, that they try to, enforce dominance. Yes. Okay, so Diddy is bi. That's not a rumor anymore. When you get a certain level of access to power, sexuality goes out the window. Yeah, he, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just need you to not be doing it. Consent, okay? Consent. What be wrong? Get consent. There have been rumors for years. I'm not going to name any names, but like I said, he didn't need Cassie to get his rocks off with the men allegedly to be cute. Because quiet as it's kept, I might have already dropped a little bit of a name earlier, but we'll keep it cute. We'll keep it cute right now. I just worry that we can go down the road of conflating sexuality with abuse. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's a good yeah. We don't want to conflate the two. Yeah. We don't want to conflate the two. Okay. Facts, but I think it's both. Child. Listen. Okay. Julian says, pay your escorts. Have a good time, but we need consent. Okay, all we need is some consent. Straightforward consent. All right, we're going back into it, y'all. Whew. I'm going back into it. All right, so recapping what we just read, just a little bit, so because I had changed the subject a little bit. So we talked about FOs. It's freak off. That's what he calls it. And there are several hotels listed where these FOs, freak offs, aka FOs, took place. Okay, all right, Tracy, come on now. Yes, consent is the word of 2024. Consent, baby, it's the word every year, every day, all the time. Consent. Okay, if you don't have it, do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Okay, if you don't got it, have a seat, Buttercup. Ain't no need because you don't got consent. Okay. All right, we about to. Whew, Lord. All right, so we're back into it now. All of the freak offs, FOs that were happening in all these different hotels. We listed all the different hotels. So now we're around 2013. Mr. Combs had an FO set up at the Intercontinental Hotel in New York, after which he was charged with tens of thousands of dollars in damages by the hotel. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs' chief of staff, Tony Fletcher, paid the invoice charged by the hotel. So Cassie was eventually instructed to use websites and escort services to find male sex workers to participate in the FOs. Mr. Combs told Cassie to search for large black penises on the website, y'all. Yeah, he like, now see, he consensual. He could have been looking for men himself, baby. It needed to be consent though. Anyway, all right. Yes. Okay. Yes. So it was Gene Deal told the corkscrew story, y'all. Yeah. Okay. Good. That's what I thought. All right. I'm getting back into it. Trying to get myself together. Y'all, my bad. It's really hitting me, y'all. All right. So for this, he wanted Cassie to look for large black penises on the website. Sometimes he would pay to fly male sex workers out to his location, including to multiple cities in the U.S. as well as abroad. He required Cassie and his staff to help him make these arrangements. His assistants will help him set up the FOs, including by setting up the hotel suites with baby oil and Astroglide. I don't know what the hell that is, y'all. I might got to. Is that a I don't know what Astroglide is, y'all. I don't know what that is. but I'm sure it's something to make things a little bit more slippery. I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah. That's what I thought. It's lubes, y'all. For the folks in the back like me. For the folks in the back like me. All right. So Mr. Combs allowed or always supplied Cassie and the sex worker with copious amounts of substances before and during the FOs. She was given ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, ketamine, marijuana, and alcohol in excessive amounts during FOs, which allowed her to disassociate during these horrific encounters. It became commonplace to get IV fluids in the days after an FO to recover from the excessive substances pushed upon her. Cassie was required to dress up in lingerie for an FO. And Mr. Combs insisted she wear white nail polish to contrast her nails with the skin of the black men he hired to sleep with her, to have sex with her. During the FO, Mr. Combs would instruct Cassie to pour excessive amounts of oil over herself. He would then instruct Cassie and the sex worker to speak to each other, and then would specifically tell her where to touch the sex worker. He would then say things like, grab that big black D, how does it feel, as he directed her to perform for him. During the FOs, in addition to directing, he would be pleasing himself. Mr. Combs would use his phone, laptop, and tablet to film her having sexual relations with this hired worker, sex worker. He treated the forced encounter as a personal art project, adjusting the candles he used for lighting to frame the videos he took. I'm going to take a real quick break. Yes, he gave a girl GHB and alcohol. He could have that's part of what made me kind of pause for a second. So I'm like, she could have transitioned and never came back. Yeah. All right, y'all. I'm going back in. I'm going back in. It really is. It really, really, really is. It is. Okay, so we found out that he was, during the acts, he was directing it and everything. He would record it on laptops, on her phone, all these different devices. She would quickly delete any photographs or videos of the act if they were taken on her phone, but he repeatedly made it clear that he retained many videos of her during FOs. Even when she deleted the videos, he would tell her that he was able to recover deleted videos from her devices. On one occasion, he sat next to her on a flight and made her watch a video that she thought she had deleted, reinforcing her inability to escape and the immense power he held over her. He would pay the male sex workers a few $1,000s in cash for their services. During some FOs, Mr. Combs would become extremely intoxicated and would hit her in front of the male sex workers. Can we just cancel him now, baby? He been canceled in my book. After the whole situation with Danny Kane, I was like, oh no, this nigga, and I never looked back. I never looked back. Okay. So he would pay the sex workers a few $1,000s in cash. They would be on their way. Sometimes he would be so intoxicated that he would then, hit her and abuse her while in the middle of the act or in front of the sex workers. And yeah. Ooh, child. Okay, so she was repulsed by him and his demands, but between the physical beating and recognizing his incredible power and incredible temper, she became petrified of her partner and boss and felt that she could not say no. He would even present her with lavish gifts prior to or in the middle of the FO, seemingly acknowledging the ways in which these forced sexual encounters Whew, okay, forced sexual encounters constituted work for Cassie, and that he needed to compensate her for her work. Right. At one point, he had given her so many designer bracelets for FOs, and immediately following her brutal beatings, that she felt that she was shackled by his presence. Hold on, let me see this. He used the vids as a shaming tool. Yep. He forced her to watch them back. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Okay. Yeah, Daddy Kane, Indy Diddy for me, because I love me some okay, damage. I thought that I should let you know. Baby, that album was good. I was done with him after Danny Kane and Day 26. I said, this nigga ain't shit. He ain't shit. He don't know nothing. Don't forget, he threw that chair at Lorianne Gibson on Making the Band. Yep. I did forget about that. I wonder what she has to say. I wonder if she was a part of coordinating any of this stuff. Question for the group: do you think the sex workers were exploited or implicit? I just don't know. That's a good question. I would say they. That's a good question. I'll let y'all talk amongst yourselves, because I mean, if you see something, you should say something. But also, yeah, I don't know. I don't. But that goes for everybody. Literally, that literally goes for everybody who's coordinating this foolishness. Y'all. That's a good question. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about it. I'm like, damn, yes, but no, but yes, because you saw it and you didn't say anything. I don't know. Lorianne actually did file a police report about that. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay, Danny can't listen. Them albums was good. Yeah, the third one was a little bit different. I think they were trying to experiment, but Danny Kane albums were good. Day 26 album was good too. I was singing them the other day. Yeah, very interesting question. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. The question was, did you think that the sex workers that were recruited to be a part of the FOs, did y'all think that they, were implicated? Were they implicit, or were they exploited? What do y'all think? That was the question. That's girl, yes. Diddy is a mix of Kelly and Weinstein. All I'm thinking about is all these people that he has in his network who are literally okay with signing up for this. I mean, at some point you have to have some sort of morals, integrity, something. What the workers drug to, they were, and they probably, and see, that's why I was like kind of thinking maybe, I don't know, because some people you have again, I'm not a sex worker, and no shame to no sex workers if you're doing it consensually and you're of age, adult age, right? I think some people like to get their party started, right? I'm not a party starter, okay, but some people like to get their party started by taking a few things, right? And I don't want to judge them, because maybe that's what they do, right? I don't know, as long as it's not hurting them, right? So I'm pretty sure those sex workers have seen people do this all the time, right? So is it out of the ordinary? And maybe they partake because this is a part of their job, I don't know, because sex workers are also vulnerable. That's what, thank you. That's literally what I was thinking. I'm like, they're also in a lot of times, because of the way that they're positioned in society, sex workers across the board, whether they're male or female, a lot of times they are the most vulnerable in situations. And so I don't know if they really had the voice to really speak like that, because we don't know what the type, we have no idea what kind of situation they were in. I don't know. We don't know. That's a really good question though. And that's exactly what I was thinking, because they're all also oftentimes in vulnerable states as well. a lot of sex workers are desperate and do what they have to do to survive. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Not to compare us to white people, but I'm gonna do this one time. Why do the worst of us always have to have to severely niggify the worst behavior? I feel like somebody said this. I can't remember who. I cannot remember who said that. Somebody said that before, and I was hollering. I can't remember, but you're absolutely right. I feel like we was talking about something before. Like, damn, we gotta. But listen, I feel like Black people are so great, and I might be biased. I might be biased, but I think Black people are so amazing that when we're good, we like super good, and then when we bad, we we be on some shit, y'all. We be on some shit. I feel like there's like there's no happy medium with us. Like there's no middle ground. We're either on either ends of the spectrum, and that's just that, y'all. That's why we got the nigga by the worst behaviors. You right. But honestly, Weinstein, Epstein, all of them, just they the same. They are literally the same. Yeah. Lean more to exploited. Okay. Just both ends of the yeah, just both ends. Like, damn, ain't no middle ground, my nigga. Like, damn, you got to be goddamn. Damn, nigga. You can't just okay. Oh Lord. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? We going back in, y'all. We about to go back in. Oh, hold on. One sec. Sorry, my sister just texted me. Okay, back to it, y'all. My bad. My sister texted me. All right. So she feels like she's shackled. She feels like she was shackled by the presents that he was sending her. And I mean, I think they keep emphasizing that she just felt stuck. Okay, so frequently her anxiety before an FO would become so great that she would become physically ill, sometimes to the point of vomiting. While kneeling over the toilet, he would shame her into performing for him, eventually forcing her to get up and proceed with the encounter. She knew firsthand that telling him that she did not want to engage in FOs was met with anger and violence. In addition, any suggestion that Miss Ventura would refuse the FOs or otherwise report Mr. Combs' abuse was met with ultimatums by Mr. Combs, who would say that Miss Ventura could not go to the police because she had a lot to lose. Baby, take it. You can have all the shit. I don't care. Peace is so much more important to me. Peace is so much more important. But I know she's young. She's young. Okay, so August of 2015, for example, in the middle of a surprise birthday dinner for Miss Ventura's 29th birthday, Mr. Combs insisted that she leave the party and go to a hotel for an FO. The girl can't even enjoy her damn birthday without this nigga. Oh my God. All right. Okay, so he asked her to leave to go to a hotel for an FO. When she expressed that she did not want to go, he then cornered her by his security staff in order to force her to leave with him. After the FO, both of them went back to the hotel, and Cassie was staying in, where some of her friends were already hanging out. He was severely intoxicated at one point during the night, picked one of the friends up like a child and dangled the friend over the balcony on the 17th floor of the hotel suite. Cassie and her friends were scared of his erratic behavior, but she was heavily sedated because of the drugs she took to participate in the FO, and therefore was unable to respond to his terrifying behavior. He took her friend and hung her over a 17th floor balcony, y'all. The FOs became work for her, and despite her protestations. Sorry, that word looks weird to me. And despite her protestations, Mr. Combs insisted on these intricately staged and forced sexual encounters between Miss Ventura and various male sex workers, y'all. Oh, Lord. Lord. Hey, Miss Key. Baby, this is it. I hope this nigga need to go to jail. Where the criminal charges also need to be filed at this point, y'all. And I don't think I was also looking up the not statute of limitations. There is a bill called the Survivors Act in New York. I think it went into effect. I think the governor of New York signed it. And folks who live in New York, Tracy, I think that's where you are. I believe. I think so. Tell me if I'm wrong. The Survivors Act was signed, I believe, last year. So I'm wondering if she can file criminal charges off of this as well. I don't know. What do y'all think? What do y'all know? If we have any officers of the court, let me know. Yeah. Exactly. How blanket of him. You know what I thought? Y'all saw the 5 heartbeats? I thought a big red. My office hours are from 9 to 5. That's what I thought of. I was like, Big Red wasn't shit neither, child. All right, so she tries to escape him. She tries to escape. This is gonna be the last piece, and then I'm gonna wrap it up, y'all. I don't want to be on here for like 5 hours because I could talk. Y'all know we could talk, child. Y'all know we could talk. Okay, so she tries to escape. We're about to get into it. That's the header. Anytime she tried to create distance between her and him, he used his networks to find her and convince her to return to his abuse. Multiple occasions, he sent his employees to lure her back. In 2011, during a rough patch, Miss Ventura had a brief relationship with musician Kid Cudi. When he returned from the trip, he demanded another FO, and she acquiesced. During the FO, Mr. Combs found Cassie's phone and found emails between her and Kid Cudi. He then became enraged and proceeded to place a manual corkscrew between his fingers and lunged at her. She then ran away to stay at Kid Cudi's home to escape the wrath. Soon after, one of the staff members told Cassie that he needed to just talk to Puffy, and that he was pissed or enraged. Feeling like she could not escape and him and his network of enforcers, she returned back to him. He hit her several times and then kicked her in the back as she tried to run out of the door. She went to her parents' home in Connecticut, where her mother took pictures of the bruises that Mr. Combs left on Ventura's body. In February of 2012, during Paris Fashion Week, Puffy told Cassie that he was going to blow up Kid Cudi's car and that he wanted to ensure that Kid Cudi was with his friends when it happened. Around that time, Kid Cudi's car exploded in his driveway. Bitch. The act is exactly why she filed this lawsuit when she did. Okay, I believe it pertains to civil and criminal cases. The statute of limitations was about to run out. Okay. Yeah. I was like, I feel like this was related to that act. And now Cudi has confirmed it. Yep. Okay. Thank you. Because I was like, I feel like I heard it and saw it. You know how you see something and you can't, but you didn't click on the full article. So Cudi confirms that his car did blow up. She was terrified as she began to fully comprehend that he was both willing and able to do due to those he believed had slighted him. In 2015, Cassie spoke to a popular music manager at a party, and we talked about this already. He got mad. He beat her up after talking to the person. She ran from the corner of the room, tried to avoid him from beating and kicking her. When she tried to lock herself in the bathroom, he pushed through and punched and kicked her while she curled up under the toilet. Her screams were drowned out by the loud music playing in the area around the hotel suite. When his head of security and assistant saw Miss Ventura after the assault, they began to cry. She had 2 black eyes, a burst lip, bruised lip. She had a burst and bruised lip and a huge welt on her forehead. Upon seeing the results of this vicious attack, Puffy immediately took steps to conceal his wrongdoing. He forced Miss Ventura to stay at his home in Homely Hills. Hopefully I said that right. Along with one of his sons. While there, Mr. Combs FaceTimed Cassie and stated, "You got to go up and put more makeup on. My son can't see you like that." I'm getting angry again. I'm getting angry. I knew he was horrible, but I didn't know he was diabolical. Yep. I believe every word. Y'all, every word on this page, I believe it. Every word, y'all. Every word. Every word. Okay. She did put makeup on as he demanded. She felt that she had no choice but to obey her abuser, even though security guards, assistants, and friends saw the situation she was in. No one dared to help her or speak up on her behalf. She therefore had no choice but to remain subservient. Later in 2015, while shooting a movie in Cape Town, South Africa, Cassie began a flirtatious relationship with an actor. She spent New Year's Eve with this actor, but Mr. Combs soon found out. The actor proceeded to call Miss Ventura and tell her, "You really need to just call Diddy because he basically found out and had been harassing that boy that she was trying to talk to." Oh, Lord. Oh, God. I want to know who this actor is. I wonder if they're going to name him. In or around March 2016, during an FO at the Intercontinental Hotel in the Century City, LA, he became extremely intoxicated and pushed her in the face, gave her a black eye, or punched her in the face and gave her a black eye. After he fell asleep, she tried to leave the hotel. That was some Ike and Tina shit, right? When Ike had felt, well, I'm thinking about the movie. What's Love Got to Do with It? They had gotten to that fight in the car and he fell asleep and she just ran for her life out of the hotel room, and she ended up going to another hotel all bloodied up. Y'all remember that? After he fell asleep, she tried to leave the hotel, but as she exited, he awoke and began screaming. He followed her into the hallway of the hotel while yelling at her. He grabbed her, then took glass vases in the hallway and started throwing them at her, causing glass to crash around them as she ran to the elevator to escape. She managed to get into the elevator, and when she got into the lobby, quickly took a cab to her apartment. Upon realizing that her running away would cause him to be even more angrier and completely stuck in this vicious cycle, she then returned to the hotel with the intention of apologizing for running away from her abuser. When she returned, hotel security staff urged her to get back into a cab and go to her apartment, suggesting that they had seen the security footage showing that he had beaten her and started throwing glass at her hotel. Upon information and belief, Mr. Combs paid the Intercontinental Century City $50,000 for the hallway security footage from that evening, y'all. This Negro, this vile ass nigga, okay, paid $50,000 for the hotel to make that footage go away, y'all. After that, Cassie left her home in Comstock and went to hide away at a friend's home in Florida. James Cruz, president of Bad Boy Management, tracked her down, told her that her single would not be released if she did not answer his phone. A woman who worked at Sony Music reached out, said the similar thing. Incredibly, Mr. Combs even convinced one of his attorneys to call Cassie at this time. The lawyer said, it's in your best interest to call him. It's in your best interest to call and go back. Okay, hold on. Let me go back and see what y'all. Let me see. Okay. I had to go look it up. She was able to file before the update last year. I don't think she can go criminal charges, but she might be able to in California. Okay. Yep, every single word in this document. I believe it. I believe it all. Every word. Okay, not before. Got it. Now they should be charging for destroying evidence. See, that's what I was thinking. Yes, she left in 2018. She left in 2018, 2019. She left in 2018. 2018. That's why this wild dog started calling himself. That's when this wild dog started calling himself Love. I hope he loses everything. Me too. I hope he sleep under a bridge. Matter of fact, let me be quiet because I don't have no heaven, no hell to put nobody in, but drain his pockets. But yes, she left him in 2018. So, all right. Everybody, we're at to the point where everybody is telling her to call him, get back. Your single's not going to be released if you don't call. You need to call him. You need to go back home. She realized he has a powerful network, and running away, would only have him get angry and have more people go out and look for her and search for her. He then tightened his hold over her life. And created irreparable damage. There was irreparable damage with her friendships. And around 2018, Cassie was with her friend Carrie Morgan in her house. He used his key to Cassie's home and came in unannounced. He and Miss Morgan had an altercation during which he threw a hanger at Miss Morgan. Upon information and belief, the incident resulted in a settlement between Mr. Combs and Miss Morgan, and Miss Ventura or Cassie ended up paying Miss Morgan additional funds in an attempt to resolve the dispute between her close friend and her abusive and controlling boyfriend. The relationship between Cassie and Miss Morgan had been strained since this time. Baby, seeing the extreme measures Mr. Combs took to keep tight hold on Cassie, and isolate her from her support network, and having experienced the repercussions of rejecting his demands, Cassie felt that saying no to Mr. Combs would cost her something: her family, her friends, her career, or even her life. How dare the Sony exec do that? But he making money. He making money for them. They making money. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to stop it here because it goes into the grape part, y'all. Drop the G. I don't, that might be too much of a trigger for folks. That might be too much of a trigger. But I really want to find out how she ended up leaving him, though, y'all. Y'all want to keep going? Please, let me just ask y'all. Do y'all want to keep going? It's about to get graphic again. I mean, not that it wasn't already graphic, but it's grapes. What he talking about? Drop the G is what we're about to talk about. That's the next header. So if y'all say yes, keep going. I'll keep going. If y'all like, no, we got the gist of it, I'll stop. Yes, this was a lot. Thank you. Keep going. Okay. You already read it. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll keep going. We will keep going. Because I haven't read it all. And I do want to know what's going on. Okay. So next header is that Mr. Combs was graping Cassie. So by 2017, 2018, Cassie became desperate to leave him and his abuse of her. She recognized that if she stayed with him, good. Portia said, I mentally prepared myself for it, so you can keep going. Okay. She recognized that if she stayed with him, she would never be able to have a successful career or ever be physically and mentally safe. She therefore became determined to completely break away from him and his cycle of abuse and made concerted efforts to avoid him. In September of 2018, she joined Mr. Combs for dinner at an Italian restaurant in Malibu, California, for what she believed would be a discussion about concluding their relationship for good. After dinner, Mr. Combs and Cassie or Miss Ventura returned to her home, which was paid for by Mr. Combs. So that's not really her home, that's his. Mr. Combs forced himself into her apartment and tried to kiss her. She told him to stop and attempted to push him away. He then forcibly pulled off her clothing and unbuckled his belt. He proceeded to grape her, Cassie, while she repeatedly said no and tried to push him away. Soon after, Miss Ventura took steps to completely separate herself from her longtime abuser, including by leaving the home that he paid for and returning the car he purchased for her. Awesome. Perfect. Thank you. Because, girl, please. Despite moving away, Cassie's address was posted online in early 2019, leading to fears for her safety. Cassie, who was under immense duress during the months after he raped her, took all steps possible to entirely remove herself from her abuser's ambit, including by entering into contracts to end her record deal with Bad Boy Entertainment. So as a result of the immense trauma she endured for over a decade with Mr. Combs, she has suffered and continues to suffer from immense emotional distress. Following her escape from the cycle of abuse and sex trafficking, she struggled with the physical and mental manifestations of her trauma. The birth of her 2 children, however, allowed her a new lease on life and gave her purpose. She credits her children with saving her from the trauma that she had consumed over a decade of her life. Except for the months when she was pregnant with her children, Miss Ventura struggled with her addictions to drugs and alcohol. Addictions that were established and fueled by Mr. Combs. She turned to substances to drown out the memories of her abuse without being intoxicated. She suffered from horrific nightmares of the forced sexual acts that Mr. Combs demanded she participate in during the regularly scheduled FOs and the physical beatings that she endured throughout her relationship. She had difficulty eating or sleeping, and her relationship with her family suffered. During this time, she frequently had thoughts of ending her life. To rebuild her life and her career, Cassie needed to completely reinvent herself. She checked herself into an inpatient treatment at a rehabilitation center where she first confronted the extent of the trauma she lives with. She was required extensive therapy and other medical care to cover for the trauma that Mr. Combs' abuse had caused. She will forever live with the physical and psychological repercussions of the over a decade violence, fear, and exploitation she endured. Although Miss Ventura was unable to speak up against the years of abuse she endured at the hands of Mr. Combs, she had since been able to rebuild her life and confront her trauma. Thanks to the passage of New York's Adult Survivors Act and California's Sexual Abuse Accountability and Cover-Up Act. Oh, I got to look that up, y'all. She is now ready and able to also confront her abuser and be able to hold him and those who enabled his abuse accountable for their action. Baby, they are about to go to jail. She is correct. Yes, she is. They are about to go to jail. That California Sexual Abuse Accountability and Cover-Up Act, baby, they sound like they coming for you. They sound like they coming for anybody who is enabling anything. Baby. We. Okay, so that was page 25, y'all. I'm not gonna the rest of this is like legal jargon and stuff like that. I'm just trying to go through to make sure. Let me make sure if there's anything else. Fifth cause of action, plaintiff repeats re-allegations and every other allegation and all the proceedings and paragraphs. Okay, so that after page 25, it literally is, them filing the claim, things like that, the allegations, all the proceedings, etc., etc. It does sound RICO-ish, right? Snowball effect. All these men have reasons to be scared. Do y'all remember how Poppin' Cali was during those times. Yep. 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 It's about to be. It's about to be on. Well, it's gonna be on and popping for something else, for something totally different. Me too. I was born and raised in California. Had no clue about this. Me either. But I think these. So I know for a fact that the Survivors Act of New York was implemented last year. Yeah, 2022, I believe. And now I don't know when California's act was established, but baby, these people are not playing any games. I think it was fueled by the Me Too movement for sure. These people are not playing any games, and that definitely sounds like they coming for you, your mama, and your cousin too, baby. Yeah, I'm still trying to go through to make sure. Okay, so the second cause of action, violation of New York services for victims of human trafficking, violation of California Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Like they're listing all of the acts that he violated according to the factual testimony. And again, it's like legal jargon, y'all. Battery, sexual battery under New York law. You know, this is again, these are all the claims that are being filed against him under the acts. I'm born and raised in Cali too, so I know. That's how I knew about the Chris Brown Carucci stuff. He was assaulting her all through LA. Yes, I do remember that. She had to get a restraining order on him, and that Negro was still in there yelling her name. You see, did y'all notice that pattern? He, every time Puffy had an opportunity, he was always trying to shout out Cassie and have something to say about Cassie. Please leave Cassie alone, sir. You done terrorized her enough, right? I feel like Chris Brown was doing the same thing. It was just that kind of not the one that got away, but an obsession with that person, with controlling them and being able to have power over them is what it felt like. Okay, yeah, it's just continuing to list sexual battery, sexual battery under New York law. That was another claim that they're listing. Sexual assault pursuant to the California Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act. Violation of the Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Act. So they're just listing all of the different acts and who is being alleged, etc. What the plaintiff repeats and realleges each and every allegation, and it just kind of keeps going through that. Ooh, I'm trying to make sure. Sexual harassment, gender discrimination, hostile work environment under New York civil rights, New York human rights law. Maybe they about to. Okay, yeah, that was it, y'all. Again, they list 8 cause of action, and each of the causes of action are all the different acts that they are filing the complaints under, right? So again, sexual harassment, gender discrimination, and hostile work environment under New York human rights law, NYC admin code. They list the code, and then they list all of the allegations, and this is, you know, the factual testimony. This is what is listed under that allegation, and this is how the defendant violated that particular code. And they just keep listing. They listed like 8 codes that he violated: sexual harassment, gender discrimination, violation of Victims of Gender Motivated Violence Act, sexual assault pursuant to the California Sexual Abuse and Cover-Up Accountability Act. All of that, y'all. Okay, file every complaint under every act and code you can. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I'm telling you, press every charge. Press every charge, y'all. That was it. The rest of the stuff is just all the different codes that they're filing these complaints under, and what the complaints would be classified as violation of, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Y'all, I just read that 25 pages. Man, I was getting mad. The parents. I know that parents can't be everywhere all the time, but they really, how did this happen? And I know she was an adult. She was 18. She was an adult. But y'all, y'all, how? I don't know. I do not know. I wanted to talk about Keke Palmer a little bit too, but that topic is totally different. So I have to go live. I'll do a live again, maybe in the next couple of days, and we'll talk about Keke Palmer. Cause I have a different spin on it, y'all. Not a different spin, but Tracy already started kind of going down that road. Like, this man was going, and not victim blaming at all. Not trying to point the finger, but there was some things that I was hearing from Keke that I wasn't really pleased with prior to the whole thing. So fuck the money, he needs to pay. Baby, pay me for my pain. These things about Cassie, Megan Thee Stallion, Keke Palmer, I only think of my sister and how I could have lost her to an abusive relationship if I hadn't done anything. Shout out to you, Julian. You know what? The saddest thing that it just, shout out to you. I'm glad you did something, because a lot of family members don't. They don't do anything at all. They'll just you know what I mean? They'll just let things happen because either they, maybe on payroll or. Shout out to Julian. Shout out to you, for real. Me too. That's why I always believe these women, they're not lying. Exactly. Everybody can't, like, seriously? The way our country is set up, we breed predatory behavior. Capitalism, I ain't gonna get on soapbox, but capitalism is essentially predatory behavior, right? Somebody has to be at the top and the rest of the people at the bottom have to be exploited in order for all these people to be rich, right? That's how capitalism works. So if that's how if our economic system is set up like that, how does that not also breed all of this other predatory behavior? And it shows up everywhere. It really does. So when somebody says somebody on the lesser end, right, of the bottom rung, right, of a caste system, somebody says that they've been, exploited, I'm more likely to believe them, because I know that that's our practice. That's what we have. That's how things are set up here in this country. So, and if they're lying, okay, prosecute them for lying. But the chances of them lying, the percentage of them actually lying is much less. Much less, right? I.e. women. Exactly. Yeah, there are so many things I want to say. Okay, yes, shout out to Julian. I lost an older cousin and my sister lost her best friend because people stepped in too late. Yeah. Yep. I'm so sorry to hear that, Portia. Sorry to hear that. So sorry to hear that. And shout out to Julian. And I'm so sorry for the loss that you had to experience, because that's not. Hold on, let me go. And okay, Gina Hun, hopefully I pronounced that last name right. The one Young Miami was going back. Yes, the one that Young Miami was going back and forth with, said she had been involved with Diddy since 2012 and he was beating her just like Cassie. He beat 2 babies out of her. Oh my God. I believe it. I'm surprised Cassie hadn't gotten pregnant. And she probably had and wasn't keeping them. He probably wouldn't allow her to keep them. Right? And yet she arguing on the internet for him. But she been with him since 2012. Trauma begets trauma, y'all. Trauma begets trauma. Jen said she was always comparing her to Cassie. He was always comparing her to Cassie. I believe it. Yeah, I thank God I've never had to. Well, I had a good girlfriend who, my freshman year of college, her boyfriend, child, he tried to go upside her head, but baby, I was not playing that. And obviously I'm a girl, but I picked up every pot and pan I could find. And then he was gonna get the fuck up out of he was gonna get up out of our house. Right now, if she went off with him again, it wasn't nothing else I could do. I can't stop her. I can't lock her down. But you wasn't finna do that shit in this house. Not with me here. You wasn't finna do that shit. Not with me. That was the first and last time I ever saw him put his hands on her. And that was my freshman year roommate. First and last time. I said, bitch, I don't give a fuck I don't know who you are, but your ass is not finna come up in this house no more. He didn't come back. Now, she left off with him, but she wasn't finna bring that shit in this house. I know that much. Or at the time, our apartment, our student housing. Who's to say she didn't get pregnant ever? That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking she did. She probably did. Yep, under the influence, she probably did. He probably didn't allow her to keep it because of her, she's trying to be an emerging artist and it's not a good look to be pregnant. And then how do you explain? Right? I think the reason why people are so invested in this story is because, one, I think we've all had some sort of encounter with someone who was being abusive, which baffles me when I hear people in the comment section with the stupid questions like, why so late and why you not doing and why you ain't, the DV is so prevalent that I don't understand. I don't know the percentage of how many people have either experienced it or seen it, or had a loved one affected by it. But there's so much. It's everywhere. Not that it's okay, but it's widespread, right? So I don't understand why people can't have a little bit more empathy. If you're on the opposite end watching it, never experienced it, but you've seen it, asking questions like that, how is that helping? I don't understand. And because we know Diddy he ain't shit. He been ain't shit since the beginning of time, right? So both were when I was a kid back in the 90s. Yeah. See, that's what it's so widespread. It's so widespread. And I'm very, very happy that women are having an opportunity. Women and men, anybody who's being exploited, having that voice. When Me Too started just blowing up, I said, you know what? It's going to be a revolution. And it's gonna take time. It's gonna be a slow churn, slow burn. But baby, it's going to happen. Okay? It is going to happen. She did a tell-all with Tasha K a while back. Oh, Gina. I know Gina. Okay. The girl that was with Puffy. Is that the same girl that just had the baby with him? I have learned so much. I have no idea. There's so many hip hop predators out there, baby. They are listen, neither did I. But I mean, and not all hip hop music is misogynistic, right? Not all of it is misogynistic or sexist or anything like that. But a lot of it is. So I'm not a hip hop girly because I'm like, I can't listen to this shit. He talking about banging my insides, cutting me up. What the why would I listen to that? I remember I went back and I listened to this one song. This is when I was like, okay, I can't listen to this shit no more. What was that song? Some Cut. Y'all remember that song? It sounded like the bed squeaking. Dum 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 dum. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I listened to that song. I went back to listen to the actual lyrics of the song. This nigga was talking about stalking her. Did y'all know that? Like stalking. I said, oh no, I ain't gonna do this. I'm not gonna be able to do this. I can't live like this. I can't have that. I can't have that in my spirit. I just can't. I can't live like that. Right. That was my thing. My sister lied to me until I put it all together and then I took action. He's in prison for 20 years. I know that's right. Praise God. Come on. Shout out to Julian, y'all. Drop some hearts in the chat for Julian. Come on now. I know that's right. Yes. Stand up, please. Because it's a lot of ain't shit ass men that ain't finna do it. Okay. I don't think he ever intended on moving forward with her career. No, I don't think so either. I agree. I don't think so either. I think she was his favorite. Yeah, I agree. You're absolutely right. We've idolized these artists. And we've idolized these artists. I love Jay-Z, and now I'm forced to rethink so much. Listen, I've never seen it for that camel face. I never could see it for Jay-Z. Never. Jay-Z and Puffy, them niggas could never. God asked me to save the whole world. I'd be like, yes, save the world, but leave them two niggas off. let them niggas go. Yes, that's it. Yes, that is. Yes. And I mean, it's music like that all the time. And we was just that's like what it is. So what's like, girl, he just called you a hoe. And then he just said that he was gonna stalk you back to your house. Yeah, okay. No, thank you. It wasn't until I listened to the words where I was like, oh, bitch, and I can call myself a bitch because I'm reclaiming the word, right? But you can't call me no bitch, and you can't call me no hoe neither, right? No, the Asian woman with the baby is a different woman with a high-ranking cybersecurity job. She was married when she got pregnant by Diddy. A blood test confirmed the husband was not the dad. Ooh. So, girl, why the fuck she fooling with him? Girl, she ain't read the Yelp reviews? Oh, girl. Yes, that's it. Follow her at see? Stalking. That is stalking. That is stalking. So I was like, after that, I was like, I can't listen to this shit no more. I can't listen to it no more. And I'm not surprised. I just started sitting back and seeing when Beyonce and JC started talking. I was like, now wait a minute. I know Beyonce young, right? She not that old. R. Kelly, there's always been rumors about R. Kelly. Who else? There have always been rumors about Russell Simmons. There had always been rumors about so many of them. All of the greats from the 90s. Perverts. Then she realized it was Diddy and her husband divorced. Oh, okay. So she lost everything for that raggedy nigga? Child. Okay. She get what she get. Baby, you could have read the Yelp reviews. He wasn't. Girl, he wasn't worth the damn. Not at all. Y'all, I am about to call it a night. I gotta call my sister. We were supposed to have a movie night. Now, Russell Simmons, I've always believed what I heard about him. Me too. Because Kimora Lee, when he married her, I think she was like 17 and about to turn 18. I think Kimora Lee was 17, about to turn 18. I don't want to be wrong. Let me look that up, and I'll message you, Julian. I think she was 17, about to turn 18. He sure did. He got his shit in. It's fun. It's not funny, y'all, but it's funny, right? To me, hopefully you understand. I'm not laughing at the circumstance because it's not funny at all. But baby, he packed his shit up and got the fuck on. He was like, "Oh y'all, oh hell no." Nah. Is he back? Did he come back? I feel like he spent all the 10 minutes in the United States. Come grab a little, a quick little sandwich real quick and can take his black ass right back on to Bali. Over there trying to pretend to meditate and shit. Nigga, you shall pay for your crimes. Come hell or high water. Always rumors about Trey. Baby, Trey Songz is in making headlines damn near every week. And come on, after how many women have come out to say that he crazy and weird? Everybody ain't lying. Everybody is not lying. Just lurking in the bush. You're right. Exactly. Waiting for her to get off the school bus, just lurking. That's another thing. We'll have to talk about that, y'all. We'll have to talk about that. We will have to talk about that at some point. All right, y'all. It has been so fun. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for keeping the conversation going. It was such a good time. I definitely will have to go live again at some point. Y'all tell me what topics y'all want to talk about. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll put up a poll. Let me make sure I make a note so I don't forget. I'll put up a poll because I want to make sure I go live again, at least maybe next week before the holiday. I'll put up a poll so we can figure out what we want to talk about. I definitely want to talk about Keke Palmer because we didn't get into it. And I don't want to I was going to make a pre-recorded video about my thoughts on Keke Palmer, but I was like, ooh, let me talk this through. Let me talk it through on a live. Let me not do it. Let me not do it on a pre-recorded video. Yeah, Russell ain't coming back. Exactly. At this point, steer clear of Trey Songz. Don't nobody ever need to be nowhere around him ever. Exactly. You're a fool if you do. Okay. All right, y'all. Don't forget to like the video, share it, please. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Future Imperfect, for my super chat. I truly appreciate that. My first one, y'all. My first one. I'm gonna post a poll to talk about, or to get kind of a poll of figuring out what we want to talk about for our next live, because I want to make sure I go live more often. But we definitely talking about Keke Palmer, so that's just gonna be the first on the list. But I want to see what else y'all want to talk about too. So, all right, y'all have a great weekend. I'm about to go and do a movie night with my sister, and we do it virtually because she's still in Florida. But anyway, y'all have a good night. It was such a pleasure. I will talk to you guys later. I'll see you in the comments. Okay, I will see you in the comments. I will see you around. Please email me, DM me on Instagram, send me a DM on Twitter. Reach out to me. You got my email. Hopefully y'all got my email and my DM. Y'all know how to reach me. Let me know if you do, if so we can chat or something. I can go back and forth in a conversation, in a little chat. I don't mind. It's cool. All right, I'll talk to y'all later. Have a good night, okay? Y'all have been the best. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is so good. This is so fun. I appreciate it so much. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night.